poi ti senti disturbato, tu abballo rock and roll, tu gioca a baseball, hai sordi per camel, chi te li dà la borsetta di mamma, tu fa l'americano, americano, americano, ma si nati in Italia, senta a me non c'è sta niente a fa, ok napolitan, tu fa l'american, tu fa l'american, tu fa l'american, tu fa l'american. Americano, 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 ma si nati in Italia, senta a me non c'è sta niente a fa, ok napolitan, tu fa l'american, tu fa l'american, wish che so del rock and roll, wish che so del rock and roll, wish che so del rock and roll, tu fa l'american, tu fa l'american, wish che so del rock and roll, wish che so del rock and roll, wish che so del rock and roll.
Son svegliato, oh bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Una mattina mi son svegliato e ho trovato l'invaso. Oh partigiano, portami via, oh bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, 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 partigiano. Sento di morire, oh partigiano, portami via, che mi sento di morire. E se io muoio da partigiano, oh bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. E se io muoio da partigiano,
Haha, hello and welcome. We have had our very first glitch. My name is Maya and I'm a professor at Georgetown. And we are really happy to offer a reframe of our production of the Rover via a reading. So this is just a glimpse of the world. And I am joined by a fabulous cast of Georgetown students, both on screen and behind screen. So the Rover, it's an underproduced gem of the 17th century by Aphra Behn, the first professional female playwright. You'll hear more in the English language. As you probably know, we, like much of the world, had to redirect because of the global pandemic. So this is not a play we would usually choose to do remotely. It's about space. moving in space and adventure, and masks and disguise, and fabulous physical comedy. So you are going to get some window onto this, and we ask that you notice people's names at the bottom of their screens, because sometimes they will say things like "in disguise." And it's also true that there will be gestures you will come to understand as being about masks. For all of the ways that this is not an obvious play to share, we have discovered some fabulous things about character and relationships to the Zoom medium. And I salute the cast, and we thank you infinitely for joining us in this experiment. We are embracing a spirit of play and immediacy, just making it happen in a reading because we're inside. Let's see. Oh, there's tiny things you can notice on your live stream, like little snippets of some of the fight choreo practices that we had, and little windows on the designs. And there will be more from this team sharing some of the other pieces of making theater and specific to this world. So without further ado, notice these wonderful actors' faces on screen. Thank you for joining us. And there will be an intermission. We get that it's Zoom, like go get snacks as you need. And the video will be posted subsequent to this. We're so happy that you're joining us. And I am passing the floor now to a character distinctive to this adaptation. So I've changed the text, but slightly. And the biggest change is that Afra-Ben is a character in our production, and I am passing the floor to her.
The Rover, or The Banished Cavaliers, written by a person of quality, premiered in 1677, garnering Afra-Ben, England's first female professional playwright, independent income. Adapted here 355 years after the play's premiere. Dream with me to Europe, late 17th century. England's king restored, ripe for the Silk Road legacy. Discover with me a play, writ for a London crowd, by a bold she-intelligencer who opened her play almost like this. Wits, like physicians, may never agree when of a different society, for new elixirs were never more cried down by all the learned doctors of town than a different play, whose author lacks renown. If a new poet hit your humor right, you judge him right then out of revenge and spite. Is not the reason for this grand debate why wit is so oft damned when fit plays take is that you censure as you love or hate? For amongst men there are ridiculous elves, who monkeys hate for being too much like themselves. Thus, like a learned conclave, male poets sit, Catholic judges both of sense and wit, and damn or save as they themselves see fit. Some, as bees suck from flowers their honey dew, so rob others, striving to please you. Some write their characters so genteel and fine, but then how they do toil for every line. Others by shrewd converse about the town, have wit enough to write a lewd lampoon, but their chief skill lies in a bawdy song. In short, the only wits that's now in fashion is but the gleanings of a good conversation. Bring on boldness, other voices, gender play. As for the author of this fine work, poet, wit, spy, self-same, I asked what he, no, she, thought fit I'd say, in thanks for your kind company today. She called me fool, said it was well known, you came here not for our sakes, but your own. The cast of characters. Florinda, a young noblewoman. Helena, a young woman designed for the nunnery, with the spirit of adventure and sister to Florinda. Valeria, kinswoman to both Florinda and Helena. Angelica Bianca, a famous courtesan. Moretta, Angelica's matron. Callis, governess to Florinda and in years past, Helena. Lucetta, an entrepreneurial local. Don Antonio, the viceroy's son. Don Pedro, a noble Spaniard, his friend and brother to Helena and Florinda. Belleville, an English colonel in love with Florinda. Wilmore, a sea captain and rover. Frederick, an exiled cavalier. And Blunt, a foolish English country gentleman. And so we begin with two noble sisters, one promised to a wealthy Italian, in love with a banished cavalier, and one promised to a nunnery, in love with adventure. Setting, Naples. No, Venice. Carnevale!
What an impertinent thing is a young girl bred in a nunnery! How full of questions! Prithee no more, Helena. I have told thee more than thou understandest already.
More's my grief. I would fain know as much as you, which makes me so inquisitive. Nor is't enough to know you are a lover, unless you tell me too who 'tis you sigh for.
You are a lover. I'll think you fit for a secret of that nature.
'Tis true. I was never a lover yet, but I begin to have a shrewd guess what 'tis to be so, and fancy it very pretty to sigh and sing and blush and wish and dream and wish and long and wish to see the man. And when I do, look pale and tremble, just as you did when my brother brought home the fine English colonel to see you. What do you call him? Don Belleville.
Why, Helena?
Oh, that blush betrays you. I'm sure 'tis so. Or is it Don Antonio, the viceroy's son? Or perhaps the rich old Don Vincencio whom our father designs for your husband? Why do you blush again?
Indignation! And howsoever my father thinks I am to marrying that hated object, I shall let him see I understand better what's due to my beauty, birth, and fortune, and more to my soul than to obey his unjust commands.
Hang me if I don't love thee for that dear disobedience. I love mischief strangely, as most of our sex do who are come to love nothing else. But tell me, dear Florinda, don't you love that fine Anglaise? For I vow next to loving him myself, 'twill please me most that you do so, for he is so charming and so handsome.
Helena, a maid designed for a nun ought not to be so curious in a discourse of love.
Oh, and dost thou think I'll ever be a nun? Or at least till I'm so old I'm fit for nothing else? Faith, no, sister. That which makes me long to know whether you love Belleville is because I hope he has some mad companion or other that will spoil my devotion. Nay, I'm resolved to provide myself this carnival, if there be a handsome fellow of my humor above ground ere I ask first.
Prithee, be not so wild.
Now you have provided yourself with a man, you take no care for poor me. Prithee, tell me, what dost thou see about me that is unfit for love? Have not I a world of youth? A humor gay, a beauty passable, a vigor desirable, well-shaped, clean-limbed, sweet-breathed, and sense enough to know how all these ought to be employed to the best advantage? Yes, I do, and will more. Therefore, lay aside your hopes of my fortune by my being a devotee, and tell me how you came acquainted with this Belleville, for I perceive you knew him before he came to Venice.
Yes, I knew of the siege of Pamplona. He was then a colonel of French horse, who, when the town was ransacked, nobly treated my brother and myself, preserving us from all insolencies. And I must own, besides great obligations, I have I know not what that pleads kindly for him about my heart, and will suffer no other to enter. But see, my brother.
Good morrow, sister. Pray, when saw you your lover, Don Vincencio?
I know not, sir. Callus, when was he here? For I consider it so little I know not when it was.
I have a command from my father here to tell you, you ought not to despise him, a man of so vast a fortune and such a passion for you. Stefano, my things!
A passion for me. 'Tis more than e'er I saw, or had a desire should be known. I hate Vincencio, and I will not have a man as dear to me as my own brother follow the ill customs of our country and make a slave of his sister. Our father's will, I'm sure you may divert.
I know not how dear I am to you, but I wish only to be ranked in your esteem, equal with the English Colonel Belleville. Why do you frown and blush? Is there any guilt belongs to the name of that cavalier?
I'll not deny I value Belleville. When I was exposed to such dangers as the licensed lust of common soldiers threatened, when rage and conquest flew through the city, then Belleville, this criminal for myself, sake, threw himself into all dangers to save my honor. And will you not allow him my esteem?
Yes, pay him what you will in honor, but you must consider Don Vincenzio's fortune and the jointure he'll make you.
Let him consider my youth, beauty, and fortune, which will not be thrown away on his age and jointure.
'Tis true, he's not so young and fine a gentleman as that Belleville. But what jewels will that cavalier present you with? Those of his hearts and eyes.
And are not those better than any Don Vincenzio has brought from the Indies?
Why, how now? Has your nunnery breeding taught you to understand the value of hearts and eyes?
Better than to believe Vincenzio deserves value from any woman. He may perhaps increase her bags, but not her family.
This is fine. Go to your devotion. You are not designed for the conversation of lovers.
Nor saints yet a while, I hope. It's not enough you make a nun of me, but you must cast my sister away too, exposing her to a worse confinement than religious life.
Is it a confinement to live in an ancient villa belonging to the family Vincenzio these 500 years? To have no other prospect than that pleasing one of seeing all that meets her eyes her own? A large air, fine fields and gardens where she may walk and gather flowers.
Then, by moonlight, for I'm sure she dares not encounter with the heat of the sun. That were a task only for Don Vincenzio and his island breeding, who loves it in the dog days. And if these be her daily divertissements, what are those of the night? To lie in a wide, moth-eaten bedchamber and fashion in the reign of King Sancho I, the same his forefathers lived and died in. That honor being passed, the giant stretches itself, yawns and sighs a belch or two as loud as a musket, throws himself into bed and expects you in his foul sheets. And ere you can get yourself undressed, calls you in with a snore or two. And are not these fine blessings for a young lady?
Very well. Have you done yet?
And this man you must kiss. Nay, you must kiss none but him, and nuzzle through his beard to find his lips. And this you must submit to for 80 years, and all for a jointure.
For all your character of Don Vincenzio, she is as like to marry him as she was before.
Oh, marry Don Vincenzio, hang me. Such a wedlock would be worse than adultery with another man. I had rather see her in the Hostel de Dieu, to waste her youth there in vows and be a handmaid to lasers and cripples than to lose it in such a marriage.
Florinda, you have considered that Belleville has no fortune to bring you to, is banished his country, despised at home, and pitied abroad?
What then? The viceroy's son is better than old Sir Fisty. Oh, Don Vincenzio. Don Dragon. He thinks he's trading to Gambo so and would barter himself that bell and bauble for your youth and beauty.
Callous, take her hence and lock her up all this carnival, and at Lent she shall begin her everlasting penance in a monastery.
I care not. I had rather be a nun than be obliged to marry as you would have me if I were designed for it.
Do not fear the blessing of that choice. You shall be a nun.
Oh, shall I so? You may chance to be mistaken in my way of devotion, a nun. Yes, I am like to make a fine nun. I have an excellent humor for a great.
Callous, make it your business to watch this wild cat. As for you, Florinda, I've only tried you all this while and urged our father's will. But mine is that you would love Antonio. He is brave and young and all that can complete the happiness of a gallant maid. This absence of our father will give us opportunity to free you from Vincenzio by marrying here, which you must do tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow 'twill be too late. 'Tis not my friendship to Antonio which makes me urge this, but love to thee. And hatred to Vincenzio. Therefore, resolve upon it tomorrow.
Sir, I shall strive to do. I shall become your sister.
Oh, I'll both believe and trust you. Adieu.
As become his sister. That is, to be as resolved your way as he is his.
I ne'er till now perceive my ruin near. I've no defense against Antonio's love, for he has all of the advantages of nature, the moving arguments of youth and fortune.
But hark you, Callus, you will not be so cruel to lock me up indeed, will you?
I must obey the commands I hate. Besides, Helena, do you consider what a life you're going to lead?
Yes, Callus, that of a nun. And till then, I'll be indebted a world of prayers to you if you let me now see what I never did see, the divertissements of a carnival.
What? Go in masquerade? 'Twill be a fine farewell to the world, I take it. Pray, what would you do there?
That which all the world does, as I am told, be as mad as the rest, and take all innocent freedom. Oh, sister, you'll go too, will you not? Oh, come, prithee, be not sad. We'll outwit 20 brothers if you'll be ruled by me. Come, put off this dull humor with your clothes, and assume one as gay and as fantastic as the dress my cousin Valeria and I have provided, and let's ramble.
Callus, will you give us leave to go?
I have a youthful itch of going myself. Madam, if I thought your brother might not know it, and I might wait on you, for by my troth I'll not trust young girls alone.
Thou seest my brother's gone already, and thou shalt attend and watch us.
The masking habits are come, and I'm already dressed. Come, come!
Well, I'll write a note, and if I have chance to see Belleville, that shall let him know what I resolved in favor of him.
Come, let's in and dress us.
Yes, before Pedro suspects.
The scene changes to a long street. Enter Belleville, Melancholy, Blunt, and Frederick.
Why, what the devil ails the colonel in a time when all the world is gay to look like mere lent thus? Hadst thou been long enough in Venice to have been in love, I should have sworn some judgment had befallen thee.
No, I have made no new amours since I came to Naples.
You have left none behind you in Paris?
Neither.
Oh, can't divine the cause then. Unless the old cause, the want of money.
And another old cause, the want of a wench, would that not revive you?
You're mistaken, Ned.
Nay, shirtlickens, then thou art past cure.
I have found it out. Thou hast renewed thy acquaintance with the lady that caused thee so many sighs at the siege of Pamplona. Pox on it, what do you call her? Her brother is a noble Spaniard, nephew to the dead general. Florinda. Aye, Florinda. And will nothing serve thy turn but that damned virtuous woman, whom, on my conscience, thou lovest in spite, too, because thou seest little or no possibility of gaining her?
Thou art mistaken. I have interest enough in that lovely maid's heart to make me proud and vain, were it not abated by the severity of a brother, who, perceiving my happiness,
I civilly forbid thee the house.
'Tis so, to make way for a powerful rival, the viceroy's son, who has the advantage of me in being a man of fortune, a Spaniard, and her brother's friend, which gives him liberty to make his court, whilst I have recourse only to letters, and distant looks from her window, which are as soft and kind as those which heaven sends down on penitents.
Hey, day, shirtlickens, simile, by this light the man is quite spoiled. Frederick, what the devil are we made of that we cannot be thus concerned for a woman? Shirtlickens, our cupids are like the cooks of the camp. They have none of the, they can roast or boil a woman, but they have none of the fine tricks to set him off, none of the sauce pleasant for the stomach sharp.
I dare swear I have had 100 as young, kind, and handsome as this Florinda. And dogs eat me if they were not as troublesome to me in the morning as they were welcome or nights.
And yet, I warrant he would not touch another woman if he could have her for nothing.
That's thy joy, a cheap whore.
Why, to shirtlickens. I love a frank soul. When did you ever hear of an honest woman who took a man's money? I warrant him good ones, but, gentlemen, you may be free. You have been kept so poor by parliaments and protectors that the little stock you have is not worth preserving. I thank my stars I have more grace than to forfeit my estate by cavaliering.
Methinks only following the court should be sufficient to entitle him to that.
Shirtlickens, they know I keep the laws to do them no good, unless they pick a hole in my coat for lending you money now and then, which is a greater crime to my conscience, gentlemen, than to anything else.
Oh, noble colonel!
Wilmore, welcome ashore, my dear rover. What happy wind blew us this good fortune?
Oh, and let me salute you, my dear Fred, and then command me, how is the honest lad?
Faith, sir, the old compliment. Infinitely better to see my dear Matt Wilmore again. Why camest thou ashore? And where's the prince?
He's well, and reigns still lord of the watery element. I must aboard again within a day or two, and my business ashore was only to enjoy myself a little this carnival.
Pray, know our new friend, sir. He's but bashful, a raw traveler, but honest, stout, and one of us.
That you esteem him gives him an interest here.
Your servant, sir.
But well, Faith, I'm glad to meet you all again in a warm climate, where the sun has its godlike power still over the wine and women. Love and mirth are my business in Venice, and if I mistake not the place, here's an excellent market for chapmen of my humor.
See, here be those kind merchants of love you look for.
Shirtlickens, what have we here?
Now the game begins.
Fine, pretty creatures. May a stranger have leave to look and love. What's here? Roses for every month.
Roses for every month. What means that?
They are, or would have you think, they're courtesans, who here in Naples are to be hired by the month.
Kind and obliging to inform us. Pray, where do these roses grow? I would fain plant some of them in a bed of mine.
Beware such roses, sir.
Ah, pox of fear. Fair one, would you give me leave to gather at your bush this idle month? I would go near and make a body smell of it the year after.
And thou hast need of such a remedy, for thou stinketh of tar and rope ends, like a dock or pest house.
Oh, death! Just as I was going to be damnably in love to have her let off. I could pluck that rose out of his hand, and even kiss the bed, the rose it drew in.
No friend to love like a long voyage at sea.
Except a nunnery, Fred.
Death, will they not be kind? Quickly, be kind. Thou knowst I'm no tame sire, but a rampant lion of the forest.
A man dressed all over with horns dashes through the air.
Oh, the fantastical rogues, how they are dressed. 'Tis a satire against the whole sex.
Is this a fruit that grows in this warm country?
Yes, 'tis pretty to see these Italians start, swell, and stab at the world cuckold, and yet stumble at horns on every threshold.
Oh, see what's on their back. Flowers for every night. Ah, rogue, and more sweet than roses for every month. This is a gardener of Adam's own breeding.
What think you? Is awake in Essex half so mad or extravagant?
I like their sober, grave way. 'Tis a kind of legal, authorized fornication, where the men are not chid for it, nor the women despised, as amongst our dull English.
But here in Italy, monsieur is the most humblest, best bred gentleman. Duels are so baffled by bravos that an age choose not one, but between a Frenchman and a hangman. But see, another crew.
Sister, there's your Englishman. And with him a handsome, proper fellow. Ooh, I'll to him. And instead of telling him his fortune, try my own.
Gypsies! On my life! Surely these will prattle if a man cross their hands. Dear pretty, and I hope young devil, will you tell an amorous stranger what luck he's like to have?
Have a care how you venture with me, sir, lest I pick your pocket, which will more vex your English humor than an Italian fortune will please you.
How the devil camest thou to know my country and humor?
The first, I guess, by a certain forward impudence, which does not displease me at this time, and the loss of your money will vex you, because I hope you have but very little to lose.
Oh, egad, and thou art in the right. It is so little I dare not offer it to thee for a kindness. But could not you divine what other things of more value I have about me that I would more willingly part with?
Indeed, no. That's the business of a witch, and I am but a gypsy yet. But without Looking in your hand, I have a parlous guess 'tis some foolish heart, you mean? An inconstant English heart, as little worth stealing as your purse?
Thou hast guessed as right as if thou had been among the number it has languished for. Nor can you take it at a better time, for I am come from sea, and Venus not being propitious to me in her own element, I have a world of love in store. Would you would be good natures and take some of it off my hands?
Why, I could be inclined that way, but for a foolish vow I am going to make, to die a maid.
Then thou art damned, without redemption, and as I am a good Christian, I ought in charity to divert so wicked a design. Therefore, prithee, dear creature, let me know quickly when and where I should set this helping hand to begin so good a work.
If you should prevail with my tender heart, as I begin to fear you will, for you have horrible, loving eyes, there will be difficulty in it that you'll hardly undergo for my sake.
Faith, maid, I have been bred in dangers, and wear a sword that has been employed in a worse cause than for a handsome, kind woman. Name the danger. Let it be anything but a long siege, and I'll undertake it.
Can you storm?
Oh, most furiously.
What think you of a nunnery wall? For he that wins me must gain that first.
A nun. Oh, how I love thee for it. There's no sinner like a young saint. Nay, now there's no denying me. The old law has no curse on a woman like dying a maid. Witness Jephthah's daughter.
Oh, a very good text this, if well handled. And I perceive, Father Captain, you would impose no severe penance on her who was inclined to console herself before she took orders.
If she be young and handsome.
Aye, there's it, but if she be not.
By this hand, sprite, I have an implicit faith, and dare venture on thee with all faults. Besides, 'tis more meritorious to leave the world when thou hast tasted and proved the pleasure on it. Then 'twill be a virtue in thee, which now will be pure ignorance.
I perceive, good Father Captain, you design only to make me fit for heaven. But if on the contrary you should quite divert me from it and bring me back to the world again, I should have a new man to seek, I find. And what a grief that would be, for when I begin, I fancy I shall love like anything. I never tried it.
Egad, and that's kind. Prithee, dear creature, give me credit for a heart. For faith, I'm a very honest fellow. Oh, I long to come first to the banquet of love, and such a swinging appetite I bring. Oh, I'm impatient. Thy lodging, sweetheart, thy lodging, or I'm a dead man.
Oh, why must we be either guilty of fornication or murder if we converse with you men? And is there no difference between leave to love me than leave to lie with me?
Faith, love, they were made to go together.
This is the man. When did I mistake your game?
Lunt is a stranger, and the pimps know by his gazing. He's English too, and they say that's a sort of good-natured, loving people that have generally so high an opinion of themselves that a woman of any wit may flatter them into any sort of fool she pleases.
'Tis so. She is taken. I have beauties which my false glass at home did not discover.
This woman watches me, so I shall get no opportunity to discover myself to him, for so must the intent of my coming. But as I was saying, sir, by this line you should be a lover.
I thought how right you guessed. All men are in love, or pretend to be so. Come, let me go. I'm weary of this fooling.
I will not, till you have confessed whether the passion you vowed Florinda be true or false.
Florinda?
Softly.
Thou hast named one will fix me here forever.
She'll be disappointed then, who expects you this night at the garden gate. And if you fail not, as let me see the other hand, you'll go near to do. She vows to die or make you happy.
What canst thou mean?
That which I say. Farewell.
Oh, charming Sybil, stay, complete that joy which, as it is, will turn into distraction. Where must I be? At the garden gate. I know it. At night, you say. I'll sooner forfeit heaven than disobey.
Madam, your brother's here.
Take this to instruct you further.
Have a care, sir, what you promise. This could be a trap laid by her brother to ruin you.
Do not disturb my happiness with doubts.
My dear pretty creature, 1,000 blessings on thee. Still in this habit, you say, and after dinner at this place.
Yes, if you will swear to keep your heart and not bestow it between this time and that.
By all the little gods of love, I swear. I'll leave it with you, and if you run away with it, those deities of justice will avenge me.
Do you know the hand?
'Tis Florinda's. All blessings fall upon the virtuous maid.
Nay, no idolatry. A sober sacrifice I'll allow you.
Oh, friends, the welcome news, the softest letter. Nay, you shall see it. And could you now be serious, I might be made the happiest man the sun shines on.
The reason for this mighty joy?
See how kindly she invites me to deliver her from the threatened violence of her brother. Will you not assist me?
I know not what thou meanst, but I'll make one at any mischief where a woman's concerned. But she'll be grateful to us for the favor, will she not?
How mean you?
What should I mean? Thou knowst there's but one way for a woman to oblige me.
You don't profane. The maid is nicely virtuous.
Oh, who pox? Then she's fit for nothing but a husband, Colonel. Let her go.
She's the Colonel's mistress, sir.
Let her be the devil. If she be thy mistress, I'll serve her. Name the way.
Read here the postscript.
At 10 at night, at the garden gate, of which if I cannot get the key, I will contrive a way over the wall. Come attended with a friend or two. Kind heart, if we cannot weave a string to let her down the garden wall, 'twere a pity, but the hangman wove one for us all.
Let her alone for that. Your woman's wit, your fair, kind woman will outsmart a brother or a magician and contrive like a Jesuit in chains. But see, Ned Blunt is stolen out after the lure of a damsel.
So he'll scarce find his way home again, unless we get him cried by the bellman in the marketplace. And 'twould sound prettily, a lost English boy of 30.
I hope 'tis some common crafty sinner, one that'll fit him. At least I hope she'll dress him for our mirth, cheat him of all, then have him well-favoredly banged and turned out naked at midnight.
Prithee, what humor is he of that you wish him so well?
Why, of an English elder's brother's humor, educated in a nursery with a maid to tend him till 15, and lies with his grandmother till he's of age. One that knows no pleasure beyond riding to the next fair or going up to London with his right worshipful father in Parliament time, or making honorable love to his lady mother's laundry maid, gets drunk at a hunting match, and 10 to 1 then gives proofs of his prowess. A pox on him. He's our banker and has all our cash about him. And if he fail, we are all broke.
Nah, let him alone for that matter. He's of a damned stingy quality, one that will secure our stock. I know not in what danger it were indeed, if the jilt should pretend she's in love with him. For 'tis a kind believing coxcomb. Otherwise, if he part with more than a piece of 8, geld him, for which offer he may chance to be beaten, if she be a tart of the first rank.
Nay, the rogue will not be easily beaten. He's stout enough. Perhaps if they talk beyond his capacity, he may chance to exercise his courage upon some of them, else I'm sure they'll find it as difficult to beat as to please him.
'Tis a lucky devil to light upon so kind a wench.
Ah, thou hadst a great deal of talk with thy little gypsy. Could thou do no good upon her? For mine was hard-hearted.
Hang her! She was some damned honest person of quality, I'm sure. She was so very free and witty. If her face be but answerable to her wit and humor, I would be bound in constancy this month to gain her. In the meantime, have you made no kind acquaintance since you came to town? You do not used to be honest so long, gentlemen.
Faith, love has kept us honest. We have all been fired with the beauty newly come to town, the famous Paduana Angelica Bianca.
What, the mistress of the dead Spanish general?
Oh.
Yes. She's now the only adored beauty of all the youth in Venice, who put on all their charms to appear lovely in her sight, their coaches, liveries, and themselves all gay as on a monarch's birthday to attract the eyes of this fair charmer.
'Tis pretty to see with how much love the men regard her, how much envy the women.
What gallant has she?
None. She's exposed to sail, and 4 days in a week, she's yours. So for as much a month.
The very thought of it quenches all manner of fire within me. Yet prithee, let's see her.
Let's first to dinner, and after that we'll pass the day as you please. But at night, you must all be at my devotion.
I will not fail you.
trembling in my arms, Angelica lay, defending of the bliss I strove to take.
Another long street. Enter Belleville and Frederick in masking habits, and Wilmore in his own clothes.
But why thus disguised and muzzled?
Because whatever extravagances we commit in these faces, our own may not be obliged to answer him.
I should have changed my eternal buff too. But no matter, my little gypsy would not have found me out then. For if she should change hers, it is impossible I should know her, unless I should hear her prattle. A pox on it, I cannot get her out of my head. Pray heaven, if I ever do see her again, she prove damnably ugly, that I may fortify myself against her tongue.
Have a care of love, for on my conscience she was not of a quality to give thee any hopes.
She has played with my heart so, that 'twill never lie still till I have met with some kind one that will play the game out with me. Oh, for my arms full of soft, kind woman. Such as I imagine Angelica.
This is her house. If you were but in stock to get admittance, they have not dined yet. I perceive the picture is not out.
I long to see the shadow of that fair substance. A man may gaze on that for nothing.
Colonel, thy hand, and thine, Frederick. I have been an ass, a deluded fool, a very coxcomb from my birth till this hour, and heartily repent my little faith.
What the devil's the matter with thee, Ned?
Oh, such a mistress, Fred, such a girl.
Ha! Where?
Where?
So fond, so amorous, so toying and fine, and all for sheer love, ye rogue. Oh, how she looked and kissed and soothed my heart from my bosom. I cannot think I was awake, and yet methinks I see and feel her charm still. Frederick, try if she had not left the taste of her balmy kisses on my lips.
Death, man, where is she?
What a dog. Was I to stay in dull England so long? How have I laughed at the colonel when he sighed for love. But now the little archer has revenged him. And by his own dart, I can guess at all his joys, which then I took for fancies, mere dreams and fables. Well, I'm resolved to sell all in Essex and plant here forever.
What a blessing 'tis. Thou hast a mistress thou darest boast of. For I know thy humor is rather to have a proclaimed clap than a secret amor.
Didst know her name?
Her name? No. Shirtlickens, what care I for names? She's fair, young, brisk, and kind. Even to ravishment, what care I for knowing her title?
Didst give her anything?
Give her? Ha, ha, ha. Why, she's a person of quality. Shirtlickens, dost think such creatures are to be bought? Or are we to be provided for such a purchase? Give her, quoth ye. Why, she presented me with this bracelet for the toy of a diamond I used to wear. No, gentleman, Ned Blunt is not everybody. She expects me again tonight.
Oh, egad, that's well. We'll all go.
Not a soul. No, gentlemen, you are wits. I am a dull country guy.
Well, sir, for all your person of quality, I shall be very glad to understand your purse be secure. Hey, 'tis our whole estate at present, which we are loath to hazard in one bottom. Hey, come, sir, unload.
Take the necessary trifle, useless to me now that I am beloved by such a gentlewoman. Shirtlicken's money. Here, take mine too.
Nay, keep that to be cozened. That we may laugh.
Cozened? Death, would I could meet with one that would cozen me out of all the love I could spare tonight.
Pox, 'tis some common tart, upon my life.
A tart? Yes, with such clothes, such jewels, such a house, such furniture, and so attended, a tart.
Why, yes, sir, they are coquettes, though they'll neither entertain you with drinking, swearing, or body, in all those gay clothes and right jewels, with great houses richly furnished with velvet beds, handsome attendants, and fine coaches, are doxies.
Pox on it, where do these fine doxies live?
Where no rogue in office, yclept constables, dare give 'em laws, nor the wine-inspired bullies of the town break their windows. Yet they are whores, though this Essex calf believe them persons of quality.
Shirtlikins, you're all fools. There are things about this Essex calf that shall take with the ladies beyond all your wits and parts. This shape and size, gentlemen, are not to be despised. My waist tolerably long, among other inviting signs that shall be nameless.
Egad, I believe he may have met with some person of quality that may have been kind to him.
Dost thou perceive any such tempting things about him? Should make a fine woman, and of quality, pick him out from all mankind, to throw away her youth and beauty upon, nay, and her dear heart too?
A Bravo unveils a great picture of Angelica and places two more discreetly about the square.
No, Angelica has raised the price too high.
May she be damned for that one sin alone.
See there that fair sign to the inn, where a man may lodge that's fool enough to give her price.
Shirtlikins, gentlemen, what's this?
A famous courtesan that's to be sold.
How? To be sold? Nay, then I have nothing to say to her. Sold? What impudence is practiced in this country, with order and decency whorings established here by virtue of the Inquisition? Come, let's be gone. I'm sure we're no chapmen to this commodity.
Thou art none, I'm sure, unless thou couldst have her in bed for the price of a coach from the street.
How wondrous fair she is. 1,000 crowns a month. By heaven, as many kingdoms were too little. A plague of this poverty, which I ne'er complain, but when it hinders my approach to beauty, which virtue ne'er could purchase.
What's this? 1,000 crowns a month? Shirtlikins, here's a sum. Hark you, friend, does she give or take so much by the month?
1,000 crowns. Oof. Why, 'tis a portion for the Infanta.
Hark ye, friends, won't she trust?
This is a trade, sir, that cannot live by credit.
See, here's more company. Let's walk off a while.
Oh, fetch me 1,000 crowns! I never wish to win this beauty at an easier rate.
Prithee, what said those fellows to thee?
Madam, the first were admirers of beauty only, but no purchasers. They were merry with your price and picture, laughed at the sum, and so passed off.
No matter. I'm not displeased with their rallying. Their wonder feeds my vanity, and he that wishes to buy gives me more pride than he that gives my price can make me pleasure.
Madam, the last I knew through all his disguises to be Don Pedro, nephew to the general, and who was with him in Pamplona.
Don Pedro, my old gallant's nephew. When his uncle died, he left him a vast sum of money. It is he who was so in love with me at Padua and used to make the general so jealous.
Is this he that used to prance before our window and take such care to show himself an amorous ass? If I'm not mistaken, he's the likeliest man to give you your price.
The man is brave and generous, but of humor so inconstant that the victory over his heart is as soon lost as won. But inconstancy is the sin of all mankind. Therefore, I'm resolved that nothing but gold shall charm my heart.
I'm glad on it. 'Tis the only interest women in our profession ought to consider. Though I do wonder what has kept you from this general disease of our sex for so long. I mean that of being in love.
A kind but sullen star, under which I had the happiness to be born. The bravest and noblest of mankind have purchased my favors at so dear a rate as if no coin but gold were current with our trade. But here's Don Pedro again. Fetch you my mask, for 'tis for him or Don Antonio that I spread my nets.
1,000 crowns? Had not the painter flattered her, I should not think it dear.
Flattered her? By heaven, he cannot. I have seen the original. Her face and eyes all soft and sweet, with a certain languishing air that no artist can represent.
What I heard of her beauty fired my soul, but seeing this confirmation blows it into a flame.
Huh!
I have thrown away 1,000 crowns on a worse face, sir, and though I'm near marriage, yet may I venture a little love here. Florinda will not miss it.
Huh! Florinda? Sure, 'tis Antonio!
Florinda, yes. I'll not name those distant joys, for they cannot check my passion here.
Florinda scorned? and all my hopes defeated of the possession of Angelica. By heaven, her injuries he shall not boast of.
By heaven, she's charming fair.
'Tis he indeed, the false Antonio.
Friend, where must I pay my offering of love? My 1,000 crowns, I mean.
That offering I had designed to make, and yours will come too late.
Prithee, be gone, I shall grow angry else, and then thou art not safe.
So fast the insults fly.
My anger, sir, may be fatal as yours, and he that enters here shall prove this truth.
I know not who thou art, but I'm sure thou'rt worth my killing for aiming at Angelica.
Shirtlickens, here's fine doings abroad.
Oh! Tilting for the fancy harlot, I'm sure. Nay, gad, if that would win her, I've as good a sword as the best of ye. Put up, and take another time and place, for this is designed for lovers only.
We are prevented. Dare you meet me tomorrow on the Mallow for honor? For I've a title to a better quarrel, that of Florinda, in whose credulous heart thou hast made an interest and destroyed my hopes.
Dare, I'll meet thee there as early as the day.
We will come thus disguised, that whosoever chance to get the better may escape unknown.
It shall be so. And who should this rival be? Unless the English colonel, of whom I've often heard Don Pedro speak. It must be he, and time he were removed, who lays a claim to all my happiness.
Wilmore, having gazed on this all the while, pulls down a picture of Angelica, taking it with him.
His posture's loose and negligent. The sight of it would beget a warm desire in souls whose age and impotence have chilled. This must along with me.
What means this rudeness, sir? Restore the picture.
Rudeness committed to the fair Angelica. Restore the picture, sir.
Indeed I will not, sir.
By heaven, but you shall.
Oh, nay, do not show your sword. If you do, by this dear beauty, I will show mine too.
What right can you pretend to it?
That of possession, which I will maintain. You have 1,000 crowns to share for the original.
Sir, you shall restore the picture.
Beretta, what's the matter there?
Or leave your life behind.
Death, you lie. I shall do neither.
Hold, I command you, if for me you fight.
Oh, heavenly fair she is. A plague on her price.
You, sir in stripes, Wilmore, who first began this insolence.
'Tis true, I did so. If you call it insolence for a man to preserve himself, I saw your charming picture and was wounded. Quite through my soul the points of your beauty ran. And wanting 1,000 crowns to procure a remedy, I laid this little picture to my bosom, which if you forbid, I'll resign.
No, you may keep the trifle.
You shall first ask my leave, and this sword's.
Hold, will you ruin me?
Bravo, part them.
Oh, madam, we're undone. A pox upon that rude fellow, he set out to ruin us. We shall never see good days till all these fighting poor rogues are sent back to their ships and galleys.
Shirtlickens, beat me at this sport and I'll ne'er wear sword more.
I hope you are not wounded.
Not much. Plague upon your dons. If they fight no better, they'll never recover Flanders. What the devil was it to them that I took the picture?
Took it. Shirtlickens, we'll have the great one too. 'Tis ours by conquest. Prithee, help me up and I'll pull it down.
Stay, sir, and ere you affront me further, let me know how you durst commit this outrage. To you, Wilmore, I speak, for you appear like a gentleman.
To me, madam. Gentlemen, your servant.
Is the devil in thee? Dost know the danger of entering the house of an incensed courtesan?
I thank you for your care, but there are other matters in hand, though we have no great temptation. Death, let me go.
Yes, to your lodging, but not in here. Damn these harlots. Death, man, shall murder thee.
Oh, fear me not. Shall I not venture where beauty calls? A lovely, charming beauty?
Therefore 'tis loss of time, unless you had the 1,000 crowns to pay.
It may be that she give me a favor, or at least I shall have the pleasure of saluting her when I enter and when I depart.
Pox, she'll soon as lie with thee as kiss thee, and sooner stab than do either. You shall not go.
Fear not, sir. All I have to wound with is my eyes.
Oh. Let him go. Shirtlickens, I believe the gentlewoman means well.
Well, take thy fortune. We'll expect you in the next street. Farewell, fool. Farewell.
Bye, Colonel.
The rogue's stark mad for a woman.
We follow Wilmore into a fine chamber. He enters with Angelica and Moretta.
Insolent sir, how durst you pull down my picture?
Rather, how durst you set it up, to tempt poor amorous mortals with so much excellence, which I find you have but too well consulted by the unmerciful price you set upon it. Is all this heaven of beauty shown to move despair in those who cannot buy?
I sent for you to ask my pardon, sir, not to aggravate your crime. I thought I should have seen you at my feet imploring it.
You were deceived. I came to rail at you. See the vanity of that pride which taught you how to set such a price on sin. For such it is, when that what love is due is meanly bartered for.
Alas, good captain, what pity 'tis your edifying doctrine will do no good upon me. Moretta, fetch the gentleman a glass and let him survey himself to see what charms he has and guess my business.
He knows himself of old. What, I believe those breeches and he have been acquainted ever since he was beaten at Worcestershire.
Nay, do not abuse the poor creature.
Good weather-beaten corporal, will you march off? We have no need for your doctrine, though you have of our charity. But at present we have no scraps. We can afford no kindness, for God's sake. In fine, sirrah, the price is too high in the mouth for you. Therefore, troop, I say.
Here, good forewoman of the shop, serve me and I'll be gone.
Keep it to pay your laundress. Your linen stinks of the gunroom, for here's no selling by retail.
Thou hast sold plenty of thy stale ware at a cheap rate.
I the more silly kind heart I, but this is an age wherein beauty is at higher rates. In fine, you know the price of this.
I grant you 'tis here to set down 1,000 crowns a month. Pray, how much may come to my share for this pistole?
Pox on him, abominable fellow. I tell thee, we only sell by the whole.
'Tis very hard, the whole cargo or nothing. Faith, madam, my stock will not reach it. Yet I have countrymen in town, merchants of love, like me. I'll see if they'll put in for a share. I'm studying, madam, how to purchase you.
Sure, this from any other man would anger me, nor shall he know the conquest he's made. Poor angry man, how I despise this railing.
Yes, I am poor, but I'm a gentleman, and one that scorns this baseness which you practice. Poor as I am, I would not sell myself. No, not to gain your charming, high-prized person, though I admire you strangely for your beauty. See here, the only sum I can command on earth. I know not where to eat when this is gone. Yet such a slave I am to love and beauty, this last reserve I'll sacrifice to enjoy you. And would your company be bought by me for a mean, trifling sum if I could pay it down? My heart has a virtue in it that soon will cure the wounds your eyes have made. And yet there's something so divinely powerful there. Nay, I will gaze to let you see my strength. By heaven, bright creature, I would not for the world were thy fame half as fair as is thy face.
His words go through me to the very soul. If you have nothing else to say to me.
Yes, you shall hear how infamous you are, for which I do not hate thee. But that secures my heart, and all the flames it feels are but so many lusts. I know it by their sudden, bold intrusion. The fire's impatient and betrays 'tis false. For had it been the purer flame of love, I should have pined and languished at your feet ere found the impudence to have discovered it. I now dare stand your scorn and your denial.
Sure, she's bewitched and she can stand thus tamely and hear his saucy railing. Sirrah, will you be gone?
How dare you take this liberty? Withdraw. Pray, tell me, sir, are not you guilty of this same mercenary crime? When a lady is proposed to you for a wife, you never ask how fair, discreet, or virtuous she is, but what's her fortune? Which, if but small, you cry, she will not do my business, and basely leave her, though she languish for you. Say, is not this as poor?
Is a barbarous custom, which I scorn to defend in my sex, as I do in yours.
Thou art a brave fellow. Put up thy gold, and know that were thy fortune large, as is thy soul, thou shouldest not buy my love. Couldst thou forget the mean effects of vanity which set me out to sail, and, as a lover, prize my yielding joys? Canst thou believe they'll be entirely thine without considering they be mercenary?
I cannot tell. I must bethink me first. Death. I'm going to believe her.
Prithee, confirm that faith, or if thou canst not, flatter me a little, 'twill please me from thy mouth.
Curse on thy charming tongue. Dost thou return my faint contempt with so much subtlety? Thou hast found the easiest way to my heart. Though I yet know that all thou sayest is false.
By all that's good 'tis real, I never loved before, though oft a mistress. Shall my first vows be slighted?
What can she mean?
I find you cannot credit me.
I know you take me for an errant ass that may be soothed into belief and then be used at pleasure. But madam, I have been so often cheated by perjured, soft, deluding hypocrites, that I've no faith left for the cousining sex, especially for a woman of your trade.
The low esteem you have of me perhaps may bring my heart again, for I have pride that yet surmounts my love.
Throw off this pride, this enemy to bliss, and show the power of love.
Is all my expectation vanished? No, I will not hear thee talk. Thou hast a charm in every word that draws my heart away, and all the 1,000 trophies I designed thou hast undone. Why art thou soft? Thy looks are bravely rough and meant for war. Could thou not storm on still? I then perhaps have been as free as thou.
Death, how she throws her fire about my soul. Take heed, fair creature, how you raise my hopes, which, once assumed, pretend to all dominion. There's not a joy thou hast in store I shall not then command, for which I'll pay thee back my soul, my life.
And will you pay me then the price I ask?
Oh, why dost thou draw me from an awful worship by showing thou art no divinity? Conceal the fiend and show me all the angel. Keep me but ignorant and I'll be devout and pay my vows forever at this shrine.
The pay I mean is but thy love for mine. Can you give that?
Entirely. Come, I'll renew my vows and breathe them with such ardor thou shalt not doubt my zeal.
Thou hast a power too strong to resist.
Now my curse go with you. Is all our project fallen to this? To love the only enemy to our trade, nay, to love such a shamaroon, a very beggar, nay, a pirate beggar, whose business is to rifle and be gone, a no purchase, no pay tatterdemalion, an English pirate, a rogue that fights for daily drink and takes pride in being loyally lousy. Oh, I could curse now if I durst. This is the fate of most working women.
Trophies from which believing fops we win are spoils to those who cozen us again. The next scene, a long street. Enter Florinda, Valeria, and Helena in antique different dresses from what they were in before.
I wonder what should make my brother in so ill a humor. I hope he has not found out our ramble this morning.
Oh, if he had, we should have heard on it at both ears and have been mewed up this afternoon. Hey ho, I'm sad as a lover's lute.
Well, methinks we have learnt this trade of gypsies as readily as if we had been bred upon the road to Loretto. And yet I did so fumble when I told that stranger his fortune, I was afraid I should have told mine own and yours by mistake. But methinks Helena has been very serious ever since.
I would give my garter she were in love, to be revenged upon her for abusing me. How is it, Helena?
Oh, would I had never seen my mad monsieur. And yet for all your laughing, I am not in love. And yet, this small acquaintance, oh, my conscience will not out of my head.
I laugh to think how thou art fitted with a lover, a fellow that, I warrant, loves every new face he sees.
Oh, he has not kept his word with me here and may be taken up. Oh, that thought is not very pleasant to me. What the deuce should this be now that I feel?
What is't like?
Nay, the Lord knows, but if I should be hanged, I cannot choose but be angry and afraid when I think that my mad fellow should be in love with anybody but me. What to think of myself, I know not. Would I could meet with some true damned gypsy that I might know my fortune.
Know it? Why, there's nothing so easy. Thou wilt love this wandering rogue till thou finds thyself hanged about his neck, and then be as mad to get free again.
Yes, Valeria, we shall see her bestride his baggage horse and follow him to the campaign.
Oh, so now you are provided for. There's no care taken of poor me. But since you have set my heart a wishing, I am resolved to know for what. I will not die of the pip, so I will not.
Art thou mad to talk so? Who will like thee well enough to have thee that hears what a mad jade or libertine thou art?
Like me? I don't intend every he that likes me shall have me, but he that I like. I should have stayed in the nunnery still if I had liked my lady abbess as well as she liked me. No. I came thence not, as my wise brother imagines, to take an eternal farewell of the world, but to love and to be beloved.
Am I put into the number of lovers?
You, my cuz. I observed your man and your willing ears. If you are not a lover, 'tis an art soon learnt, I find.
I wonder how you learnt to love so easily. I had 1,000 charms to meet my eyes and ears, ere I could yield. And 'twas the knowledge of Belleville's merit, not the surprising looks took my soul. Thou art too rash to give a heart at first sight.
Hang your considering lover. I ne'er thought beyond the fancy that 'twas a very pretty, silly kind of pleasure to pass one's time with, to write soft, nonsensical BAs, and with great difficulty and danger receive answers, in which I shall have my beauty praised, my wit admired,
and have the vanity and the power
to know I am desirable. But because I am to be a nun, when I walk inside thus, I'll think my mind's upon my monastery and cry, oh, how happy 'tis she's so resolved.
What a mad creature is this!
Oh.
What means this? The picture is taken in.
It may be the minx is good-natured and will be kind gratis. Your friend's a proper handsome fellow.
I rather think she has cut his throat and is fled. I am mad he should throw himself into dangers. Pox on it. Let's knock and ask for him.
My heart goes a pit-a-pat, for fear 'tis my man they talk of.
What would you have?
Tell the stranger that entered here about 2 hours ago that his friends stay here for him.
A curse upon him from Moretta where he were at the devil. But he's coming to you.
Aye, 'tis he. Oh, how this vexes me.
And how, dear lad, how's fortune smiled? Are we to break her windows or raise up altars to her?
Does not my fortune sit triumphant on my brow? Does not the sea wanton god up there all gay and smiling? By heaven, Cupid's quiver has not so many darts as have her eyes. Oh, such a Bonarata! To sleep in her arms is lying in fresco, all perfumed air around me.
Here's fine encouragement for me to fool on.
Hark ye, where did you purchase that rich canary we drank today? The juice was divine, into which I must dip my rosary, and then bless all things I would have bold or fortunate.
Well, sir, let's go take a bottle and hear the story of your success.
Would not French wine do better?
Come, let's be wanton. And gentlemen, study what you want. For here are friends that will supply, gentlemen. Ha! What a charming sound they make. 'Tis he and she gold whilst here shall beget new pleasures every moment.
But hark ye, sir, you are not married, are you?
All the honey of matrimony, but none of the sting, friend.
Shirtlickens, thou art a fortunate rogue.
Ha! I am so, sir. Let these inform you. Ha! How sweetly they chime. Pox of poverty, it makes a man a slave, makes wit and honor sneak. My soul grew lean and rusty for want of credit.
Shirtlickens, this I like well. Looks like my lucky bargain. Oh, how I long for the approach of my squire that is to conduct me to her house again. Oh, why, here he is provided for.
Oh, by this light, you're happy men.
Fortune is pleased to smile on us, gentlemen, to smile on us.
Sir, my lady expects you. She has removed all that might oppose your will and pleasure, and is impatient till you come.
Sir, I'll attend you. Oh, the happiest rogue. I'll take no leave, lest they either dog me or stay me.
But then the little gypsy is forgot?
A mischief on thee for putting her into my thoughts. I had quite forgot her else, and this night's debauch has drunk her quite down.
Had it so, good captain.
Ah, I hope she did not hear.
What, afraid of such a champion?
Oh, you're a fine lady of your word, are you not? To make a man languish a whole day.
Oh, in tedious search of me.
Egad, and thou art in the right. Hadst thou seen what a melancholy dog I have been ever since I was a lover? How I have walked the streets like a capuchin, with my hands in my sleeves. Faith, sweetheart, thou wouldst pity me.
Now, if I should be hanged, I can't be angry with him. He dissembles so heartily. Alas, good captain, what pains you have taken. Now were I ungrateful not to reward so true a servant.
Poor soul, that's kindly said. I see thou bearest a conscience. Come then, for a beginning, show thy dear face.
Oh, I'm afraid, my small acquaintance, you have been staying that swinging stomach you boasted of this morning. I remember then my little collation would have gone down with you without the sauce of a handsome face. Is your stomach so queasy now?
Faith, long fasting spoils a man's appetite. Yet if you darest treat, I could so lay about me still.
And would you fall to before a priest says grace?
Oh, fie, fie. What an old, out-of-fashioned thing thou hast named. Thou couldst not dash me more out of a countenance should you show me an ugly face.
Heavens, is it he? Passionately fond to see another woman.
What? Could you expect less from such a swaggerer?
Expect? As much as I paid him a heart entire.
You see, Captain, how willing I am to be friends with you, till time and ill luck make us lovers, and ask you the question first, rather than put your modesty to the blush by asking me. For alas, I know you captains are such strict men, severe observers of your vows to chastity, that 'twill be hard to prevail with your tender conscience to marry a young willing maid.
Do not abuse me, for fear I should take thee at thy word and marry thee indeed, which I'm sure would be revenge sufficient.
Oh, my conscience, that will be our destiny, because we are both of one humor. I am as inconstant as you, for I have considered, Captain, that a handsome woman has a great deal to do whilst her face is good, for then is our harvest time. I'll allow but 1 year for love, 1 year for indifference, and 1 year for hate. And then go hang yourself, for I profess myself the gay, the kind, and the inconstant. The devil's in it if this won't please you.
Most damnably. I have a heart with a hole quite through it too. No prison like mine to keep a mistress in.
Perjured man, how I believe thee now.
Well, I see our business as well as humors are alike. Yours to cozen as many maids as will trust you, and I as many men as have faith. See if I have not as desperate a lying look as you can have for the heart of you. How do you like it, Captain?
Like it? By heaven, I never saw so much beauty. Oh, the charms of those sprightly black eyes, that strangely fair face full of smiles and dimples, those soft, round, melting cherry lips, and even white teeth, not to be expressed but silently adored. Oh, one look more, and strike me dumb, or I shall repeat nothing else till I'm mad.
I can endure no more. Nor is it fit to interrupt him, for if I do, my jealousy has so destroyed my rage that I shall undo him. Therefore, I'll retire. And you, Bravo, follow that woman and learn who 'tis, while you tell the fugitive I would speak to him instantly.
Prithee, dear stranger, be not so sullen, for though you have lost your love, you see my friend frankly offers you hers to play with in the meantime.
Faith, madam, I am sorry I can't play at her game.
Pray leave your intercession and mind your own affair, Belleville. They'll better agree apart.
Sure, he does it wily. Yet if it should be true, tempt him further. Believe me, Noble stranger, I'm no common mistress. And for a little proof on it, wear this jewel. Nay, take it, sir, 'tis right. And bills of exchange may sometimes miscarry.
Madam, why am I chose out of all mankind to be the object of your bounty?
There's another civil question asked.
Oh, talks of his modesty, it spoils his own markets and hinders mine.
Oh, from my window I have often seen you. And women of quality have so few opportunities for love that we ought to lose none.
Aye, this is something. Here's a woman. When shall I be blessed with so much kindness from your fair mouth?
Take the jewel, fool.
You tempt me strangely, madam, every way.
And so, if I find him false, my whole repose is gone.
And but for a vow I've made to a very fine lady, this goodness had subdued me.
In pity to me, be kind, for I am to thrive here, but as you treat her friend.
Tell me, what did you in yonder house, and I'll unmask.
Yonder house? Oh, I went to why, there's a friend of mine lives there.
What, a she or a he friend?
A man, upon my honor, a man, a she friend. No, no, madam, you have done my business, I thank you.
And was't your man friend that had more darts in eyes than Cupid carries in a whole budget of arrows? Such a bona roba to be in her arms as lying in fresco, all perfumed air about me. Was this your man friend too? That gave you the gold that begets young pleasures?
Oh, well, madam, there, you see, are ladies in the world that will not be cruel. There are, madam, there are.
And there be men too, as fine, wild, inconstant fellows as yourself. There be, Captain, there be, if you go to that now. Therefore, I'm resolved to see your face no more.
Oh.
Till tomorrow?
Oh, egad, you frightened me.
Nor then neither, unless you'll swear never to see that lady more.
See her? Why? Never to think of womankind again.
Kneel and swear. I do never to think, to see, to love, nor lie with any but thyself. Kiss the book.
Oh, most religiously.
Now what a wicked creature am I to damn a proper fellow.
Madam, I'll stay no longer. 'Tis even dark.
However, sir, I'll leave this with you, that you may repent the opportunity you have lost by your modesty.
'Twill be an age till tomorrow. Adieu, my dear pretty angel.
Ha! Oh, Florinda's picture. 'Twas she herself. What a dull dog was I! I would have given the world for 1 minute's discourse with her.
This comes of your modesty. 'Twas 10 to 1, but we had lost the jewel by it.
Wilmore, the blessed opportunities lost. Florinda, friends, Florinda!
Oh, rogue. Such black eyes, such a face, such a mouth, and so much wit.
All, and 1,000 charms besides.
Why, dost thou know her?
Know her? I, and a pox take me with all my heart for being modest.
But hark ye, friend of mine, are you my rival? And have I been only beating around the bush all this while?
I understand thee not. I'm mad. See here.
Ha! Whose picture's this? 'Tis a fine beauty.
Sir, the colonel's mistress.
Oh, here, I thought it had been another prize. Come, a bottle will set thee right again.
I am content to try, and by that time 'twill be late enough for our design.
Agreed.
Love does all day the soul's great empire keep, but wine at night lulls the soft god asleep. Night, a stone apartment on a winding street. Enter Blunt and Lucetta with a light.
Now we are safe and free. No fears of the coming home of my old, jealous husband, which made me a little thoughtful when you came in first. But now, love is all the business of my soul.
I am transported. Pox on it, but I had but some fine things to say to her, such as lovers use. I was a fool not to learn of Fred a little by heart before I came. Something I must say. Shirtlickens! Sweet soul! I am not used to compliment, but I'm an honest gentleman and thy humble servant.
I have nothing to pay for so great a favor, but such a love as cannot but be great. For at first sight of that sweet face and shape, it made me your absolute captive.
Kind heart, how prettily she talks. Egad, I'll show her husband a Spanish trick, send him out the world and marry her. She's damnably in love with me, and will ne'er mind settlements, so there's that said.
Well, sir, I'll go and undress me, and be with you instantly.
Make haste, then, for, to Shirtlickens, dear soul, thou canst not guess at the pain of a longing lover when his joys are drawn within the compass of a few minutes.
You speak my sense, and I'll make haste to provide it.
'Tis a rare girl, and this one night's enjoyment with her will be worth all the days I ever passed in Essex. Would she'd go with me into England, though to say truth, there's plenty of doxies there already. But a pox on 'em, they are such mercenary prodigal bawds that they want such a one as this that's free and generous to give 'em good examples. Why, what a house she has, how rich and fine.
Sir, my lady has sent me to conduct you to her chamber.
Sir, I shall be proud to follow. Here's one of her servants, too. To Shirtlickens by his garb, he might be a justice of the peace in Essex and is but a pimp here.
Sir, my commission reaches no further.
Grazie. What? In bed, my sweet mistress?
You see, I still outdo you in kindness.
And thou shalt see what haste I'll make to quit scores. Oh, the luckiest rogue.
Should you be false or cruel now?
False? Shirtlickens, what dost thou take me for, an insensible heathen? A pox of thy old jealous husband, and he were dead. Egad, sweet soul, it should be none of my fault if I did not marry thee.
It never should be mine.
Good soul, I am the fortunatest dog.
Are you not undressed yet?
As much as my impatience will permit.
Hold, sir. Put out the light. It may betray us else.
Anything. I need no other light than that of thine eyes. Why? Why, where am I got? What? Not yet? Where are you, sweetest? Ah, the rogue, silent now, a pretty love trick this. How she'll laugh at me anon. You need not, my dear, I'm all on fire already. Come, now call me in for pity. Sure, I'm enchanted. I've been round the chamber and can find neither woman nor bed. I locked the door. I'm sure she cannot go that way. Or if she could, the bed could not. Enough, my pretty wanton. Do not carry out the jest too far. Ha! Betrayed. Dogs, rogues, pimps. Help! Help!
He's dispatched finely.
Now, sir, had I been coy, we had missed this booty.
Nay, when I saw 'twas a substantial fool, I was mollified. But when you dote upon a serenading coxcomb, upon a face, fine clothes, and a lute, it makes me rage.
You know I never was guilty of that folly, my dear Filippo, but with yourself. But come, let's see what we have got.
A rich coat, sword and hat. See, his breeches are too well lined. See here, a gold watch, a purse. Ha! Gold. At least 200 pistoles. A bunch of diamond rings and one with the family arms. A gold box with the medal of his king. Oh, and his lady mother's picture.
Oh.
These were relics, believe me. See, the waistband of his breeches have a mine of gold. Queen Bess's. We have a quarrel to England since '88 and may therefore justify the theft.
See, a bracelet of bowed gold his sister tied about his arm at parting.
Oh.
But I fear his being a stranger may make a noise and hinder our trade hereafter.
Nay, that's our security. He is not only a stranger to us, but to the country too. The common shore into which he is descended conducts him into another street. He knows neither your name, nor where our house is, nay, nor the way to his own lodgings.
And art not thou an unmerciful rogue, not to afford him one night for all this?
Blame me not, Lucetta, to keep thee to myself. Come, that thought makes me wanton. Let's to bed.
This is the fleece which fools do bear, designed for witty men to share. The scene changes and discovers Blunt, creeping out on a common shore, in his skivvies.
Oh, Lord, I am out at last, and which is a miracle without a clue. And now to damning and cursing. But where shall I begin? With my fortune, myself, or the queen that cozened me? What a dog was I to believe in women. Oh, coxcomb, I, ignorant, conceited coxcomb, to fancy she could be enamored with my person, at the first sight enamored. Oh, I am a cursed puppy. Oh, 'tis plain, fool was writ upon my forehead. She perceived it, saw the Essex calf there. For what allurements could there be in this countenance, which I can endure, because I'm acquainted with it? Oh, dull, silly dog, to be thus hustled. Had I been drunk, I might have fondly credited the young queen. But as I was in my right wits, to be thus cheated confirms I am a dull, believing English country fop. But, my comrades, death and the devil, there's the worst of all. That a ballad will be sung tomorrow on the Prado to a lousy tune of the enchanted squire and the annihilated damsel. But Fred, that rogue and the colonel will abuse me beyond all Christian patience. Well, I'll home, if I can find the way, with this consolation, that I am not the first believing coxcomb, but there are, gallants, many such amongst ye.
And though you've better arts to hide your follies, add shirtlikins, y'all are as errant cullies. The next scene, a garden at night. Enter Florinda, undressed with a key and a little box.
Well, thus far I'm on my way to happiness. I've got myself free from callous. My brother too, by yonder light I found, is gone into his cabinet. And I have, by good fortune, got the keys of the garden back door. I'll open it to prevent Belleville's knocking. Hark, what noise is that? Oh, 'twas the wind that played amongst the boughs. Belleville stays long, methinks. It's time! Stay, for fear of surprise, I'll hide these jewels in yonder jasmine.
The devil has become of these fellows, Belleville and Frederick. They promised to stay at the next corner for me, but who the devil knows a corner in a full moon? Now whereabouts am I? Huh, what have we here? A garden, a very convenient place to sleep. Ha! And what has God sent us here? By this light, a female. I'm a dog if that be not a strumpet waving to me.
Oh, he's come! Who's there?
Sweet soul, let me salute thy shoestring.
'Tis not my Belleville. Good heavens, I know him not. Who are you? And from whence come you?
Prithee, coquette, not so many hard questions. Let it suffice I am here. Come, kiss me.
Good gods, what luck is mine?
Only parlous good luck. Come hither. 'Tis a delicate, shining coquette. By this hand she's perfumed. Prithee, dear soul, let's not play the fool and lose precious time. For I'm as honest a fellow as breathe, though I am a little disguised at present by drink. Come, I say, why thou mayst be free with me this carnival. I'll be very secret.
Heavens, what a filthy beast is this?
I am. For look you, sweet, there'll be no sin in it, because 'twas neither designed nor premeditated. 'Tis pure accident on both sides. Thou art, as thou art a good Christian, obliged in conscience to deny me nothing. Now come, be kind.
A wicked man, unhand me.
Wicked! Egad, girl, a judge, were he young and vigorous, and saw those eyes of thine, would know 'twas they that gave the first blow. Come, prithee, let's lose no time.
Sir, let me go, I conjure you, or I'll call out.
Aye, aye. You best call out for a witness to see how finely you treat me.
I'll cry murder, rape, or anything if you'll not instantly let me go.
A rape! Come, you lie, you minx, you lie. What? I'll warrant you fain have the world believe you are not so forward as I. No, not you. Why, at this time of night was your cobweb door set open, dear spider, but to catch flies, huh?
Sir, can you think?
Oh, I find what you're at. Look, here's money for you.
Sir, as you're a gentleman.
So, she is wheedling me for more. Why, how now, mistress, are you so high in the mouth? My money isn't good enough for you? Come, no struggling. Oh, but if you want a dumb wrestle, I'm for ye.
Help, murder, help! I'm ruined!
The door is open. Pox of this mad fellow, I durst have sworn he had followed us.
But you were so hasty, Colonel, to be gone.
Help, murder, help! Oh, I'm ruined!
Oh, sure, that's Florinda's voice. A man? Villain, let go of that lady.
Belleville! Heavens! My brother too is coming and 'twill be impossible to escape. Belleville, I conjure you to walk under my chamber window, from whence I'll give you some instructions what to do. This rude man has undone us.
Belleville!
I'm betrayed! Run, Stefano, and see if Florinda be safe! Oh, so whoe'er they be, all is not well. I'll to Florinda's chamber.
Oh, you need not, sir. The poor lady's fast asleep and thinks no harm. I would not wake her, sir, for fear of frightening her with your danger.
I'm glad she's there. Rascals, how came the garden door open?
Some of my fellow servants masquerading, I'll warrant.
Masquerading, a lewd custom to debauch our youth. There's more to this than I know.
The scene changes to a street. Enter Belleville in a rage, Frederick behind him, and Wilmore, melancholy.
Why, how the devil should I know Florinda?
A plague of your ignorance. If it had not been Florinda, must you be a beast, a brute, a senseless swine?
Well, sir, you see, I am endowed with patience, though you're being very free with me, methinks. I was in good hopes the quarrel would have been on my side.
Peace, brute, whilst thou art safe. Oh, I'm distracted.
Nay, I'm an unlucky dog, that's certain.
Ah, curse upon the star that ruled my birth, or whatsoever other influence that makes me still so wretched.
Oh, you breakest my heart with these complaints. There is no star at fault, no influence but the cursed sack I drank.
Why, how the devil came you so drunk?
Why, how the devil came you so sober?
A curse upon his thin skull. He was always beforehand that way.
Prithee, dear Colonel, he's sorry for his fault.
He's always so after he has done a mischief. A plague on all such brutes.
By this light I took her for an errant harlot.
Damn your debauched opinion. Tell me, sot, hadst thou so much sense and light about thee to distinguish her to be a woman, and couldst not see something about her face and person to strike an awful reverence into thy soul?
Faith, no. I considered her as I could wish.
To death, I have no patience. Draw, or I'll kill you.
Let that alone till tomorrow. And if I set not all right again, use your pleasure.
Tomorrow, damn it. The spiteful light will lead me to no happiness. Tomorrow is Antonio's, and perhaps it guides him to my undoing. Oh, that I could meet this rival, this powerful fortunate.
What then?
Let thy own reason, or my rage instruct thee.
I shall be very finely informed then, no doubt. Hear me, Colonel, hear me. Show me the man, and I'll do the business.
I know him no more than thou, or if I did, I should not need thy aid.
Oh, near is Angelica's house. I promised the kind siren to lie with her tonight.
You paid the 1,000 crowns I directed?
To the lady's old agent, sir, I did.
Who the devil have we here?
I'll now plant myself under Florinda's window, and if I find no comfort there, I'll die.
How is this night pirate gonna board my Angelica? Here's one for you.
Oh, bless us. We are all undone.
Murder!
Bloodshed in the streets. A man killed.
The mad rogue's engaged in some unlucky adventure again.
How, a man killed? Then I'll home to sleep.
Who should be? Pray, heaven, the rogue is safe for all my quarrel to him.
Who's so here's one dispatched. Secure the murderer.
Do not mistake my charity for murder. I came to his assistance.
That shall be tried, sir. Santiago, swords drawn at Carnevale time.
Thy hand, prithee.
Oh, Don Antonio, look well to the villain there. How is it, sir?
I'm hurt.
Has my humanity made me a criminal?
Away with him!
Get him!
What a cursed chance is this?
This man has set upon me twice, I swear. Carry him to my quarters till you have further orders.
Porte casune con un stemma a rete, una cuppolella che vi si era alzata, passa scampanianna pattuleta, con mano a papà te fa guardare. Tu fa l'americano, americano, americano, senti a me chi t'ho fa. Tu vuoi vivere alla moda, ma se bevi whisky e soda, poi ti senti disturbato. Tu abballo rock and roll, tu gioca a baseball, hai sorte per camella, chi te li dà la borsetta di mamma, tu fa l'americano, americano, americano, ma si nati in Italia, senta a me non c'è sta niente a fa, ok napolitan, tu fa l'american, tu fa l'american, tu fa l'american, tu fa l'american. Tu fa l'americano, americano, americano, ma si nati in Italia, sienta a me non c'è sta niente fa, ok napolitan, tu fa l'american, wish che solo è rock and roll, wish che solo è rock and roll, wish che solo è rock and roll, tu fa l'american, wish che solo è rock and roll, wish che solo è rock and roll, wish che solo è rock and roll.
Mi son svegliato, oh bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Una mattina mi son svegliato e ho trovato l'invaso. Oh partigiano, portami via, oh bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Partigiano, portami via, che mi sento di morire. Oh partigiano, portami via, che mi sento di morire. E se io muoio da partigiano, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. E se io muoio da partigiano, tu mi devi seppellire. Se io muoio da partigiano, tu mi devi seppellire. Sono sbagliato e l'ho trovato l'invasore. Partigiano, portami via, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Partigiano, portami via, che mi sento di morire. Oh partigiano, portami via, che mi sento di morire. Oh bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. E se io muoio da partigiano, tu mi devi seppellire. E se io muoio da partigiano, tu mi devi seppellire. Oh oh, hey. Oh.
bella, ciao, 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 e se io muoio da partigiano, tu mi devi seppellire. Vai, e seppellire lassù in montagna. Oh bella, ciao, 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 e seppellire lassù in montagna, sotto l'ombra di un bel fiore. Vai! Che passeranno, oh bella ciao, 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 tutte le genti che passeranno, tirando del bel fiore, e questo è il fiore del partigiano, oh bella ciao, 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 questo è il fiore del partigiano, morto per la libertà, vai! Una mattina sono svegliato, oh bella ciao, 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 una mattina mi sono svegliato e ho provato l'invasore, vai che partigiano, portami via, oh bella ciao, 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 partigiano, portami via, che mi sento di morire, vai! Merci. C'était la dernière chanson. Merci. Merci.
Che libro sotto braccia, camicetta, fiore blu. Vo fa signore nell'annanza a scuola pure tu. Ti piglia sigaretta quando accatta per papà. Ti mette già un rossetto come vire, fa mamma Lazzare. Ma Lazzarella come si. Tu invece mi rispondi già, i deveretti proprio a te. Per me l'amore può aspettare, che n'a già fa, non fa per me. Ah.
And so we return to the crossed lovers and banished cavaliers. We discover Belleville in a dark room, alone.
When shall fortune be weary of railing on me? 2 such defeats in one night, none but the devil and that mad rogue could contrive to plague me thus. I am here a prisoner. But where? Heaven knows. And if there be murder done, I will soon see the fate of a stranger in a nation without mercy. Yet this is nothing to the torture my soul bows with when I think of losing my fair, my dear Florinda. Hark, the door opens. A light, a man. He seems of quality, armed too. Now shall I die like a dog without defense.
Sir, I have come to know what injuries I have done you that could provoke you to attack me basely, without allowing time for my defense.
Sir, for a man of my circumstance to plead innocence would look like fear, but view me well, and you will find no marks of a coward on me, nor anything that betrays that brutality you accuse me of.
In vain, sir, you impose upon my sense. You are not only he who set upon me last night, but yesterday, before the same house, that of Angelica. Why? And yet, there is something in your face,
I own I fought today in defense of a friend with whom you and your party were first engaged. Perhaps you think this crime enough to kill me, but if you do, I cannot fear you'll do it basely.
No, sir. I'll make you fit for a defense with this. Behold, my sword.
This gallantry surprises me, nor know how to use this present, sir, against a man so brave.
You shall not need, for no, I come to snatch you from a danger that is decreed against you. Perhaps your life, or long imprisonment. But 'twas with so much courage you offended, I cannot see you punished.
How shall I pay this generosity?
It had been safer to have killed another than to have attempted me. To show you your danger, I'll let you know my quality. 'Tis the Viceroy's son whom you have wounded.
The Viceroy's son, death and confusion. Was this plague reserved to complete all the rest? Obliged to him, the man of all the world I would vanquish.
You seem disordered, sir.
Yes, trust me, sir, I am. And 'tis with pain that man receives such bounties, who lacks the power to pay them back again.
To gallant spirits 'tis indeed uneasy, but you may quickly overpay me, sir.
Then I am well. Kind heaven! But set us even, that I may fight with him and keep my honor safe.
I have a quarrel with a rival, sir, about a maid we love.
Death! 'Tis Florinda he means. That thought destroys my reason, and I shall kill him.
My rival, sir, is one who has all the virtues man can boast of.
Death, who should it be?
He challenged me to meet him on the morrow as soon as day appeared, but last night's quarrel has left my arm unfit to guide my sword.
Ah, sir, I see. You'd have me kill the man who lays a claim to the maid. I'll do it. I'll fly to do it.
Sir, do you know her?
No, sir. But 'tis enough. She is admired by you.
Sir, I will rob you of the glory of it, for you must fight under my name and dress.
That hope must be strangely obliging. That makes you think impersonate brave Don Antonio.
You say too much to my advantage. Come, sir, the day appears that calls you forth. Within, sir, lies the habit, my cloak.
Fantastic fortune, thou deceitful light, that cheats the weary traveler by night.
Though on a precipice each step he tread, Belleville resolved to follow the plan he said. To the mallow! The mallow.
I'm dying with fears. Belleville not coming as expected to my window makes me believe all my fears are true. Canst thou not tell me with whom my brother fights?
No, madam, they were in Masquerade when they challenged each other. They would have decided the quarrel then.
But were prevented by some cavaliers. But I'm sure 'tis about you they fight.
Nay, then 'tis with Belleville. For what other love have I that dare fight for me except Antonio? And he is too much in favor with my brother. If it's Belleville, for whom shall I direct my prayers to heaven?
Madam, I must leave you. For if my master see me, I'll be hanged for being your conductor.
I escaped narrowly for the excuse I made for you last night in the garden.
And I'll reward thee both for it. Prithee, no more.
Antonio's late. The warful villain, we may be prevented.
Antonio? Sure, I heard amiss.
But who would not excuse the happy lover? When angels' arms confide the yielding neck, and the soft whisper languishingly breathes, must you be gone so soon? Oh. All trembling in my arms, Angelica lay, defending of the bliss I strove to take. Raising my rapture by her kind delay. charming was and weak. Now to the height of languishment she grows, and still her looks new charms put on. Now the last mystery of love she knows. We sigh and kiss, I waked, and all was done. 'Twas but a dream, yet by my heart I knew, which still was panting, part of it was true. Oh, sure I had dwelt forever at her bosom. But stay, he's here.
It's not Belleville. My fears can vanish.
Antonio!
Must be he. But you're early, sir.
The wretched, sir, are watchful, and 'tis enough you have the advantage of me and Angelica.
Angelica! I've mistook Antonio. Can he forget his interest in Florinda and fight for public prize?
Come, sir, you know our terms.
By heaven, not I. I am ready, sir.
Oh, hold! Whoever you be, I do conjure you, hold! If you strike here, I die!
Florinda!
Florinda, imploring for my rival.
Away, this kindness is unseasonable.
Who are you, sir, that dare deny my prayers?
Thy prayers destroy him, if thou wouldst preserve him. Do what thou art unacquainted with, and curse him.
Oh, all, love, by that you hold most dear. I conjure you, touch him not.
By her I love. See, I obey, and at your feet resign the useless trophy of my victory.
Antonio, you've done enough to prove you love Florinda.
Love Florinda. Does heaven love adoration, prayer, or penitence? Love her. Here, sir, your sword again. Upon this truth, I'll fight my life away.
No, you've redeemed my sister and my friendship.
Don Pedro.
Can you resign your claims to other women and give your heart entirely to Florinda?
Entire, as dying saints' confessions are. I can delay my happiness no more. Let me now...
Let it be! No time so proper. This night our father will arrive from Rome and perchance may hinder what we propose.
Oh heavens, this minute?
Oh, do not ruin me.
The place begins to fill. That we may not be observed, walk off the Mallow to St. Peter's Church, where I will present your happiness.
I'll meet you there soon. If it's the last Saints' Church in Venice.
Oh, alas, stay, sir. I have not yet prepared my heart to entertain so strange and sudden a guest.
Away, this silly modesty is assumed too late.
Heaven, madam, what do you do?
Do. Despise the man that lays a tyrant's claim to what he ought to conquer by love's accord.
You do not know me. Move a little this way.
Yes, you may force me to the altar, but even the holy man there cannot force me to be thine.
Oh, so blessed a lover's chance. See, 'tis your Belleville, not Don Antonio, whom you've mistaken scorn and anger ruins.
Belleville! Where was my soul? It could not know thy voice and take this knowledge in.
No intelligence, no news of Belleville yet. I am the most unlucky rascal in nature. Huh, am I deceived or is it he? Look, Fred, our dear Belleville.
Hell and confusion seize thee.
Ha! Belleville? I beg your pardon, sir.
Nay, touch her not. She's mine by conquest, sir.
Yes, he won me by his sword.
Did he so? Then egad, sweet, we'll keep you by the sword.
Stand down. Thou'rt so profanely lewd, so cursed by heaven, all quarrels thou espouses must be fatal.
Nay, and you be so hot. My valor's coy, and may be courted when you want it next.
You know I ought to claim a victor's right, but you're the brother to divine Florinda, Don Pedro, to whom I'm such a captive. To win her, I durst not hurt a brother she holds dear.
'Twas by Antonio, not by Belleville's sword, that this question should have been decided, sir. I must confess much to your bravery's due, both now and when I met you last in arms. As men of honor, I beg your pardon, for this question another time shall answer. Florinda, this 'twas some state plot between you and Belleville, but as your brother, twin, I say no.
Do not lose the woman through modesty, but if we fetch her back, show...
Do not speak to me.
Do not speak to you. Egad, I'll speak and will be answered to.
Will you, sir?
I know I've done some mischief, but I'm so dull a dog, I know not how or what. Prithee.
Leave me, I say, and leave me instantly.
I will not leave you in this humor, nor till I know my crime.
Death! I'll tell you, sir.
Ah, bravo, was not that Wilmore? Haste, haste, and bring him back.
The colonel's mad. I never saw him thus. I'll after him, lest you do some mischief, for I am sure Wilmore will not draw on Belleville.
I fill with rage. My first desire is defeated for one. For aught he knows, who knows no other merit than her quality, and being Don Pedro's sister, he loves her. I know 'tis so. Dull, insensible, he will not see me now, though oft invited. Broke his word last night, false perjured man. He that but yesterday fought for my favors, who would have made his life a sacrifice to have gained one night with me, must now be hired and courted to my arms.
I told you what would come of it, but Moretta's an old doting fool. Why did you give him 500 crowns, but to send him off for other lovers? You should have kept him poor if you meant to have any good from him.
Oh, name not such mean trifles. Had I given him all the wealth my talents have earned, I had not lost a thought nor sigh upon it, but I have given him my whole repose, my future joys, my heart, my virgin heart, Moretta.
Curse on him, lout. Here he comes. How finely she has dressed him too.
Oh, now, turn shadow. Fly when I pursue and follow when I fly. There's a soft, kind look for me here.
Well, sir, you may be all happiness, all joy still. Fortune gives you every hour new hearts and beauties till you are cloyed with repeated bliss, with which others basely languish for. But no, false man, I shall be revenged.
Pox on this. My business is to laugh and love. I hate a sullen lover, dove. A man shall lose as much time putting you in humor as to gain a new woman.
I scorn to cool that fire I cannot raise, nor do the judgery of your virtuous mistress.
A virtuous mistress? Death, what a thing has she found out for me? Why, what the devil should I do with a virtuous woman? I have lain with women of quality who have all the while railed at whores.
I will not answer for your mistress's virtue, though she be young enough to know no guilt. How I could wish you would persuade my heart 'twas the 200,000 crowns you courted.
200,000 crowns? What story's this? What trick? What woman, huh?
How strange you make it. Have you forgot the creature you entertained in the piazza last night?
Huh, my gypsy worth 200,000 crowns. Oh, how I long to be with her. Pox, I knew she was of quality.
False man, I see my ruin in thy face. How many vows you breathed upon my bosom, never to be undone, have you forgot so soon?
Faith, no, I was just coming to repeat 'em. But here's a humor indeed that would make a man a saint. Would she be angry enough to command me to leave and not wait on her?
This must be Angelica. I know it by her cross matron here. Aye, 'tis she. Oh, my mad captain's with her too, for all his swearing. Yet, how this unconstant humor makes me love him. Pray, good grave gentlewoman, is not this Angelica?
My too young sir, it is. I hope he's sent from Don Antonio.
Well, something I'll do to vex him for this.
I will not speak with him. Am I in humor to receive a lover?
Not speak with him? Why, I'll be gone. Can I show less obedience to the one I love so fondly?
A fine excuse this. Stay!
And hinder your advantages? Should I repay your bounty so ungratefully?
Come hither, boy, so I may let you see how much above the advantages you name. I prize 1 minute's joy with you.
Oh, you destroy me with this endearment. Death, how shall I get away? Madam, 'twill not be fit I should be seen with you. Besides, I've a friend who's dangerously sick.
I see you're impatient, yet you shall stay.
I miss my assignation with my gypsy.
Madam, you'll hardly pardon my intrusion when you shall know my business, and I'm too young to tell my tale with art. But there must be a wondrous store of goodness where so much beauty dwells.
A sweet advocate, whoever sent thee. Prithee, proceed. Nay, sir, you shall not go.
Oh, I shall lose my dear gypsy forever. Egads, she stays me out of spite.
I am related to a lady, madam, young, rich, and nobly born, but has the fate to be in love with a young English gentleman. Strangely, she loves him. At first sight, she loved him, but did adore him when she heard him speak. For he, she said, had charms in every word that failed not to surprise, to wound, to conquer.
Egad, I hope this means me.
It's my false man, she means. This praise will raise his pride and ruin me. Well, since you are so impatient to go, I will release you.
Nay, then I'm sure 'twas me she spoke of. No, madam, I've considered better on it. I will not give you cause for jealousy.
But, sir, I've business that
I know you but test me.
Speak your story, boy, though it will undo me.
He added her to his other beauties. He won her unresisting, tender heart. He vowed and sighed and swore he loved her dearly, and she believed the cunning player and thought herself the happiest maid alive. Today was the appointed time by both to consummate their bliss. The virgin, altar, and the priest were dressed, and whilst she languished for the promised bridegroom, she heard he paid his broken vows to you.
So, some dear rogue's in love with me, and this way lets me know it.
Now I perceive the cause of thy impatience to be gone, and the reason for this glorious dress.
Damn the young prattler, I know not what he means.
Madam, in your fair eyes I read too much concern to tell my further business.
Prithee, sweet youth, talk on. Thou mayest perhaps raise here a storm that will undo my passion, and then I'll grant thee anything.
Madam, 'tis to entreat you, unreasonable. You would not see the stranger, for if you do, she vows you are undone, like she, though nature never made a man so charming, and sure he'd been a god, but for inconstancy.
Oh, rogue, how finely he's instructed. 'Tis plain some woman who's seen me passing.
Shall burst with jealousy. Do you know the man you speak of?
Yes, madam, he used to be in buff and blue.
Thou, false as hell. What canst thou say to this, you rogue?
By heaven!
Hold, do not damn thyself.
Oh, nor hope to be believed.
Perjured man, is thus you pay my generous passion back?
Why, sir, would you abuse my lady's faith?
And use me so inhumanely?
A maid so young, so innocent.
A young devil.
Dost thou not know thy life is in my power?
Or think my lady cannot be revenged?
So, the storm finally comes on.
Now thou art silent. Guilt has struck thee dumb. Oh, hadst thou stayed, I had lived in safety.
Courier, thy lady's name and house. Quick, I'm impatient to be with her.
So now is he for another woman, egads.
The impudest young thing in nature. I cannot persuade him out of error, madam.
I know he's in the right, yet thou'st a tongue that would persuade him to deny his faith.
Her name, dear boy.
Have you forgot it, sir?
Oh, I see. He's not to know I'm a stranger to his lady. Yes, I do know it, but I forgot the... Oh, by heaven! Such young audacity I never saw!
Did I not charge you with seeing this mistress, sir, which you denied, though I beheld your perjury? This little generosity of thine roguery has rendered back my heart.
So you have made sweet work here, Sir Mischief. Look, your lady be kind and good-natured now, or The rogue's bred up to mischief. I cannot persuade him out of his error.
Come hither, boy. Is not this he you speak of?
I think it is. I cannot swear, but I vow he is just such another lying lover's look.
Huh. Do I not know thy face? Why, by heaven, my little gypsy. What a dull dog was I. Had I but looked that way, I'd have known her. Are all my hopes of a new woman banished? Egad, if I don't hook thee for this, hang me. Madam, I have figured out the plot.
Oh, Lord, what does he say? Am I discovered now?
Do you see this young spark here?
Oh, he'll tell her who I am.
Who do you think this is?
Aye, he knows me. Nay, dear captain, I'm done if you discover me.
Nay, nay, no hiding. She shall know what a precious mistress I have.
Will you be such a devil?
Nay, I'll teach you to spoil sport you will not make. This young ambassador comes not from a person of quality as you imagine, but from a very errant gypsy, the talkingest, pratingest, cantingest little charmer thou ever saw.
What news you tell me? That's the one I mean.
Would I were well off this place, if ever I go a captain hunting again.
Meant that one, that gypsy slip. Thou mayst well be jealous of thy silks, or a parrot is her. A German joke were worth a dozen of her, and a dream were better enjoyment.
Though I'm sure he lies, yet this vexes me.
You are mistaken. She's a Spanish noblewoman made up of no such dull materials.
Well, egad, and if she be made of anything that will either dispense or admit to love, I'll be bound.
Unreasonable man, do you think so?
You may return, my little brazen head, and tell your lady that till she be handsome enough to be beloved, or I dull enough to be religious, there will be small hopes of me.
Did you not promise to marry her?
Not I, by heaven.
You cannot ease my fears and torments till you vow you will not marry her.
If he vows that, he'll be revenged on me for all my rogueries.
I know what arguments you'll bring against marrying me. Fortune and honor.
Honor? I tell you, I hate it. And those that fancy themselves possessed of that foppery are among the most impertinently troublesome of all womankind, and will transgress 9 commandments to keep just one. To satisfy your jealousy, I swear.
Oh, no swearing, dear captain.
If it were possible I should ever be inclined to marry, it should be to some fun young sinner who has generosity enough to give favor handsomely to one who can ask it discreetly, who has wit enough to manage an intrigue of love. Oh, how civil such a rogue is to a man who does her the honor to marry.
By heaven, there's no faith in anything he says.
Madam, Don Antonio.
Oh, Antonio. He'll certainly discover me. I'll therefore retire without a ceremony.
I'll see him. Get my coach now ready.
It waits you, madam.
This is lucky. Madam, may I now leave you to the enjoyment of my rival?
Dull man, that thou canst see how ill, how rogue that false lie looks. Be gone, and never let me see thy cozening face again.
Yes, farewell till you feel in better humor. And now for my gypsy.
And oft he goes to find new joys in a fitting miss who's like in mind.
Oh, with what willing haste he took his leave, as if the longed-for minute were arrived of some blessed assignation. In vain I have consulted all my charms, in vain this beauty prized, in vain believed that my eyes could kindle any lasting fires. I had forgot my name, my infamy, and the reproach that honor lays on those who dare feign or feel a true passion here.
Since she, as courtesan, cannot be beloved, just desired and discarded thus, did she resolve to think on a revenge?
On him who charmed me thus to my undoing.
With Carnevale now apace in the streets, come Florinda and Valeria, in habits different from before.
For happily escaped, and yet I tremble still.
A lover and fear? Why, I'm but half one, and yet I have courage for any attempt. I would Helena were here. I'd have her as deep in this mischief as we.
She feigned a visit to Augustine nuns, but I believe some earthly design carried her out alone. Pray heavens we light on her. What didst thou do with Callus?
When I saw she'd hear no reason, I followed her into the wardrobe, and as she was looking in the great chest, I tumbled her in by the heels, snatched the keys to the room where you were confined, locked her in, and left her bawling for help.
'Tis well you resolved to follow my fortunes now, for thou dare never appear at home again after such an action.
That depends what the young foreigner and I shall agree.
But to our plot.
Success. I delivered your notes to Belleville when I got out under pretense of going to Mass. I found his lodging, and believe me, the news came seasonably, for never was there a man in so desperate a condition, cousin. I told him of your resolution to make escape today, if your brother would be absent long enough to permit, and if not, you die rather than be Antonio's.
I should have told him too I was confined to my chamber, upon my brother's suspicion that the business on the Mallow was a plot, lay between Belleville and I, locked in.
I said all this and more. I told him your brother was gone to devotion, so sweet Belleville resolves to visit every church until he finds him, not only to undeceive him in this suspicion, but to caress his ego so I shall delay his return home.
Oh heavens, Pedro's there, and Belleville with him too.
Right. Enter Don Pedro Belleville Wilmore in serious discourse.
Walk boldly by them first. I'll come at a distance, lest he suspect us.
Huh, a woman, and of excellent mien.
She throws a kind look back on you.
Death, what a kind look. I'll follow her.
Prithee, do not.
Do not, by heaven, to the Antipodes with such an invitation.
'Tis a mad fellow.
Oh, Colonel, such news.
Prithee, what?
News that will make you laugh in spite of fortune.
What? Has Blunt had some damned trick played upon him? Cheated, banged, or clapped?
Cheated, sir. Rarely cheated of all but his shirt and drawers. The tart turned him out before consummation, and the watch found him traversing the streets at midnight, al fresco, and conducted him home. My head, 'tis such a sight.
He beats all that do but ask him a question.
And is in such a humor that I...
Who is it has met this ill usage, sir?
A friend of ours, whom you must see for mirth's sake more than pity. I'll divert him to give Florinda time to escape. A countryman of ours, who never knew the want of money. It will be a great jest to see how simply he looks without it. For my part, I'll lend him none. The rogue knows not how to put on a borrowing face and ask.
Let him see how good 'tis to play our parts whilst we play his.
Yes, prithee, Fred, keep him thus till we arrive.
I'm followed still. Oh, my brother too advances this way. Good heavens, defend me from being seen by Pedro.
Ah, there she sails. I'll warn she's the prize.
Is not that my captain that has a woman in chase? Oh, 'tis not Angelica. Boy, follow those people at a distance and bring me an account where they go in. I'll find his haunts and plague him. Oh, I love an adventure. Go, my brother.
Help! My brother now pursues my life. Will no kind power protect me from this tyranny? Hark. Here's a door. I'll venture in and hope. My life and honor are at stake. Necessity leaves no choice.
Here she went. Remember this house.
This is Belleville's lodgings. She's gone in as readily as if she knew it. Oh, here's that mad fellow again. I dare not venture in.
I've lost her hereabouts. Is she my gypsy? Again, the chase.
Scene changes to the room of the banished cavaliers. We discover Ned Blunt sitting on a couch, morose, in his silly shirt and drawers.
I have resolved revenge. A pox on this tailor for not bringing home the clothes I bespoke. A pox of all poor cavaliers who keep no spare suit for me. Egad, these rogues shall find me near naked. I'm undone. But I'm resolved to arm myself. The rascals shan't insult me too much now. Now, how, like a Morris dancer, I am equipped, a fine lady like whore to cheat me thus, without even a kindness for my money. A pox light on her. I shall never reconcile to sex more. She has made me as faithless as a physician, as uncharitable as a priest, and as ill-natured as a poet. Oh, how I'll use all womankind hereafter. Well, 'tis a rare treat to read a little in the buff.
Just then enter damsel Florinda, fleeing in.
Oh, a man! Heavens, how he's attired! Sure, 'tis some rope dancing or fencing master. I tremble now for fear, and yet I must venture to speak. Sir, may I interrupt your meditations?
Ha! What's here? Is that not a she-creature? Adshirtlickens, it is! What wretched maid art thou?
Charitable sir, you've said already. I am a very wretched maid, forced by strange, unlucky accident to seek safety here. I'll be ruined if you do not grant it.
Ruined? Fiend! Dost thou know, miserable maid, into what den of mischiefs thou art fallen? What a bliss of confusion! Ha! What shall I say? Does not my bare flesh fright thy guilty soul, and make thee wish to change that shape of a woman for any silly animal, even a mole or a pup, for those were safer and less crafty?
Alas, what mean you, sir? I must confess your looks have something in 'em makes me tremble, but I beseech you, as you seem a gentleman, albeit oddly dressed, pity a harmless virgin who asks your house for sanctuary.
Talk on, and weep too, till my faith return. Flatter me out of my senses again. What? A harmless virgin. Adshirtlickens, why the devil can I not be safe in my own house? Not in my chamber, nay, even being naked cannot secure me. Come, no resistance. Out.
Will you be so cruel?
Cruel? Adshirtlickens, as a Spanish harlot. Cruel? Yes, I will beat thee, nay, kiss and see thee all over. Thou shalt lie with me too, not that I care for the enjoyment, but to be revenged on one harlot for the sins of another. I will smile and deceive thee, embrace thee and rob thee, as she did me. Fawning, I'll strip thee stark naked, then hang thee out my window by the heels.
Alas, sir, must I be sacrificed for the crimes the most infamous of my sex? I am no harlot, and I never understood the sins you name.
Oh, persuade the fool you love him, or that you beauties could be just or honest. Tell me I was not an easy coxcomb, or any strange impossible tale. It will be believed sooner than thy false protestation. See if I get not even.
Hey, aha! What's here?
Adshirtlickens! Frederick! I'm glad thou art come to witness my dire revenge.
What? Another person of quality who's on the ramble this Carnevale from the defects of some grave, impotent husband?
No, she has another pretense. Some very unfortunate accident brought her hither, and I, the dupe, am to save a life pursued by I know not who or why, yet she is forced to take sanctuary here at Fool's Haven. Adshirtlickens, why to me all of mankind for protection? Is the ass to be cajoled again? Think ye, is my foreigner's folly paraded about town? No, minx, prepare for both my pleasure and revenge.
Think he will not, dares not be so barbarous.
Have a care, Blunt. She fetched a deep sigh. Perchance she's enamored with thy shirt and drawers, so will strip thee even of that. These dexterous thieves will flee a man, and he shall ne'er miss his skin till he feels the cold. Lady, a countryman of ours was robbed of a row of teeth whilst he was sleeping, which the jilt made him buy back when he awaked. You see how little reason we have to trust you?
Shirtlickens, why this is most abominable. Help!
Some such devils there may be. By all that's holy, I am none. I entered here to save a life in danger. Mine. Help! Help!
Faith, maid, confess. For we are fellows not to be caught twice in the same trap. Look on that wreck. A tight vessel when he set out of haven, well trimmed and laden, and see how a female pirate of rogues has shattered him.
She's no gentlewoman, Fred. And shirtleggings, let's both lie with her and then let me alone to ravish her.
Hey, if she's a trickster, there's a double pleasure in it.
Well said. You hear, little scamp, there's no resisting your destiny, sweetheart.
Stay, sir. I have seen you with Belleville, an English cavalier. For his sake, treat me kindly. You know how, sirs.
Belleville. Why, yes, sweeting, we do know Belleville, and wish he were here with us now. He'd have a limb or two of thee, my pullet, but let us sup.
Sir, if you have any esteem for that Belleville, I conjure you to treat me with more gentleness. Oh, thank you for the justice.
Hey, hark ye, Blunt. Perchance we are mistaken.
Sir, I am worth Belleville's care. Don't expose me. That you gleam, I merit better treatment than you threaten. Pray, take this present.
A diamond. Why, 'tis a wonderful virtue lies in this ring. A mollifying virtue. Shirtleggings, that's persuasive rhetoric.
I begin to suspect she's a maid of quality. 'Twould anger us vilely to be trussed up for a rape.
Thou art too credulous, fellow. At Shirtleggings, why my lover thief prattled as prettily as this one. She gave me a bracelet too, but when I sent my man to sell it today for necessaries, it proved as counterfeit as her vows of love.
Let it reprieve her till we see Belleville.
Hard, yet I grant it.
Sirs, the colonel is coming with his new friend, a Spaniard of quality, and he speaks of having dinner with you.
To Shirtleggings, the world will see my state. Harkee, Fred, lock up the wench in your chamber.
Fear nothing, madam. Whate'er he threatens, you're safe whilst in my hands.
And now the last act. Fast forward a jot. After a great knocking at his chamber door, Blunt creeps over softly, crossing in his shirt and drawers as before.
Ned!
Ned!
Ned Blunt! Ned!
Ned!
The rogues are up in arms.
Ned!
At Shirtleggings, Frederick betrayed me. They have heard of my blessed bad fortune.
Ned!
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 Why, he's dead, sir. Without dispute, dead. He has not been seen today. Let's break open the break open the door.
Break open the door. To Shirtleggings, that mad fellow will be as good as his word. Stop!
Hold, gentlemen. Who speaks? Oh, rogue, art alive? Prithee, open the door and convince us.
Yes, I am alive, gentlemen, but at present a little busy.
How? Blunt grown a man of business.
No. I am at my devotion. Sure, a man to pray.
Ah, turned religious. A greater wonder than the first.
Why, harkee, Colonel, to tell you the plain truth, I have a minx with me. Apprehend?
Why, how now, a minx? Nay, then we must enter, friend, unless it be your lady of quality. Then we'll keep our distance.
Come, boys.
Harkee, sir, laugh quickly, hear and be gone. To Shirtleggings, sir, the jest has been carried on too long, a plague upon my tailor.
Death, how the trickster undressed him. Faith, sir, I'm sorry.
Why so peevish, good Ned? Some disappointments I'll warrant. What, did the jealous count, her husband, return just in the nick?
Oh, the devil. Sir, did you laugh? You shall know Ned Blunt is not.
Not everybody, we know.
Not an ass to be laughed at, sir.
Unconscionable to bring a passionate lover so near his happiness, and then cheat him not only of his goods, but his desires too.
Ah, sir, a mistress is a trifle with Blunt. He'll have a dozen the next time he travels abroad.
Sir, though I am a stranger to you, I'm ashamed at the rudeness of my nation, and should you learn who did it, would assist you to make an example of how not to treat travelers.
Why, aye, there's one that speaks sense now, and handsomely too. Gentlemen, I should not have showed myself like a jack pudding, thus to give mirth, but that I have revenge within my power. For know, I have a female who just assaulted me here in my own lodgings, and had doubtless committed a rape upon me had not this sword defended me.
I know not that, but on my conscience thou hadst ravished her, had she not redeemed herself with a ring. Hey, let's see it, Blunt.
Ha! The ring I gave Florinda when we exchanged our vows. Harkee, Blunt.
No whispering, good colonel.
Harkee, fool, be advised, and conceal both the ring and the story for your reputation's sake.
Come, let's see her.
Aye, I can soon discover whether she be a true maid of quality or diversion.
She's in Fred's custody.
Come, the key.
Death, what shall I do? Stay, gentlemen. Yet if I hinder them, I shall discover all myself. Hold, give me the key.
Nay, no corruption, good colonel. Draw cuts, and the longest sword gets the key.
Ha!
I yield my interest up to you, gentlemen.
She's for you. Damn, I forgot Spanish swords were so long.
Come, sir, I'll conduct you to the lady.
Dost know, dull Blunt, what mischief thou hast done?
Aye, to trust our fortune to lots. 'Twas madness, it's the truth.
Oh, intolerable sot!
Good heaven, defend me from discovery!
'Tis but in vain to fly me, whoever you be.
Sure, she is not yet revealed, but how I fear there is no way now we can elope.
Why, what a pox! Is this not the same woman from the street who sent me her glance?
As if I did not know ye and your business here.
Good heaven, I fear he might.
Come, pray attend these proper gentlemen.
But, sir, perhaps the lady would rather choose her man.
I am better bred than not to leave her choice free. Valeria!
Don Pedro, here! There's no escaping him.
Valeria, then I'm undone.
Oh, have I found you, sir? The strangest accident, if I had the breath to tell it.
Speak, is Helena well? Florinda safe?
Aye, Florinda is safe. For the moment.
Oh?
How? Where's Florinda?
Aye, where indeed, sir? I wish I could say, but to hold you no longer in doubt.
Oh, what will she say?
She's fled away in the habit of one of her pages, sir. But Callis thinks you may retrieve her yet if you haste away. She can tell you, sir, the rest. Go, quick.
Oh, dishonorable girl! She has undone my aim. Belleville, you see my necessity in leaving, and I hope you pardon it. My sister will make her flight to you, and if she do, I shall expect you render her back.
I shall consult my love and honor, sir.
My dear preserver, let me embrace thee.
Pause.
What the devil is all this?
Mystery and intrigue.
Come, make haste and get yourselves married now, for your brother will return soon.
I am so surprised with fears and joys, I can scarce persuade my heart to believe what I see.
Yet do. I escaped.
Hark ye, Colonel. Is this that mistress who has cost you so many sighs, and me so many quarrels with you?
It is. Pray, he's a loyal scamp. Give him the honor of your hand.
Thus it must be received then. And with it too, give pardon for my offense.
This once, friend to Belleville.
Death, 'tis of surprising beauty.
In spirit too. Boy, run and fetch a father, fast.
So now do I stand like a dog and have not a syllable to plead my own cause? By this hand, madam, I was never so confounded, nor shall I ever look up with confidence again till you are prepared to pardon me.
Sir, I'll be reconciled to you on one condition, that you follow the example of your honorable friend and marry a maid who does not hate you, and whose fortune, I venture, will not be unwelcomed.
Madam, had I no inclinations that way, which I assure thee I do, I should obey your kind commands.
Who? Frederick marry? He has so few inclinations for womankind that, had he been possessed of paradise, he might have continued there to this day.
Oh, I do not boast of my intrigues.
Boast? Why, thou dost nothing else most days.
Well, I wish this lady would think me a modest man.
She should be sorry then and not like you half so well. Though I should be loath to break my word with you, which was that if your friend and mine are agreed, it should be a match between you and I.
Bear witness, Colonel. 'Tis a bargain. Amen.
I have a pardon to beg too, but add Shirtlickens, I am so out of countenance, so full in shame, that I am a dog, that I can say anything to purpose.
Sir, you must never terrorize a woman again, even when your heart is hurt. And then, if so, I hardly forgive you all.
That's nobly said, sweet lady. Belle will prithee present her ring again, for I have not the courage to approach her myself.
Sir, I have brought the father that you have sent for.
'Tis well. And now, my dear Florinda, let's fly to complete that mighty joy we have so long wished for. Come, Frederick, shall you follow?
Your example, sir, 'twas ever my ambition in war, and now in love.
May I not see this juggling double knot tied?
No. Thou shalt be our guard, lest Don Pedro's quick return break the ceremony.
Content. I'll secure the pass.
Sir, there's a lady without would speak to you, Blunt.
Conduct her in. I dare not quit my post.
And sir, your tailor waits you in your chamber.
Some comfort yet. I shall not dance naked at the wedding.
This can be none but my pretty gypsy. Oh, I see you can follow as well as fly. Come, confess thyself the most cunning scamp. You have undone my business with Angelica.
Stand off, base villain.
Hark! Who art thou, and what's thy plot?
One thou hast injured, and who comes to kill thee for it.
Prithee, on what acquaintance? For I know thee not.
Behold this face so lost to thy remembrance. Then recall all sins about thy soul, so they may die with thee.
Angelica!
Yes, traitor. Does not thy shivering blood run shivering through thy veins? Hast thou no horror at this sight which tells thee thou hast not long to boast thy shameful conquests?
Faith, no, lady. My blood keeps its usual heat, too. Give me the opportunity to oblige thee with a kindness.
Devil, dost wanton with my pain? Have at thy heart!
Oh, dear Virago! I'm not now at leisure to be killed! Hold, and hear me! Death, I think she's in earnest.
What have you, sir, to say? Talk not away all that is brave about me, for I have vowed thy death by all that's sacred.
Why, then there's an end to a handsome, proper fellow that might have lived to have done a good service yet.
I would give thee time for penitence.
I thank God. I have led a good, hopeful life and am of a religion that teaches me to believe I shall depart in peace.
So will the devil. Tell me, how many poor believing fools thou hast undone? How many hearts thou hast betrayed to ruin?
Egad, 'twas shrewdly hurt the while. Forgive.
Love has robbed my heart of its unconcern, and in its room a mean submissive passion was conveyed that made me humbly bow, which I ne'er did to anything but heaven and God. Thou perjured man, when you broke those vows, 'twas then I was undone.
Broke my vows? Why, where hast thou lived, amongst the gods? For I have never heard of a mortal man who has not broke 1,000 vows.
Oh, impotence!
Angelica, your beauty and spirit, have not they made 1,000 lovers languish, who in their amorous fervor have doubtless sworn like me? Did they all die in their faith, still adoring? I dare not think they did.
No faithless man, their vows of love I ne'er repaid.
This old general has quite spoiled thee, with flattery and expectations. But the brisk young lover, who brings equal fires and can give you dart for dart, he'll play the field as have you.
All this thou'st made me know, for which I hate thee. Had I remained in innocent security, I should have thought all men were born my due, and worn my power like lightning in my eyes, to have destroyed at reason when offended. But when love held the mirror, the undeceiving glass reflected all the weakness of my soul, and made me know my richest treasure being lost, my honor. All the remaining spoil could not be worth the conqueror's care or value.
By heaven, thou art brave, and I admire thee strangely. I wish I were that steady, constant thing which thou wouldst have, and nature never meant me. I must, like cheerful birds, sing in groves, and perch on every bough, sail the seas for adventure. To gain your credit, I'll pay you back your charity, and be obliged for nothing but for love.
Oh, that thou wert in earnest, my rage would turn to scorn, and I should pity thee and give thee leave to live, which for the public safety of our sex I dare not do. Prepare! Another word will damn thee.
Angelica,
Antonio, what spirit brought thee hither?
love and curiosity, seeing your coach at the door. Let me disarm you of this instrument of death. Among your servants, was there not one worthy the honor to have fought your quarrel? Who are you, sir, who are so very wretched as to merit death from the one I love?
One, sir, who could have made a better end of this amorous quarrel without you.
Sure, 'tis some rival. Ah, the very man who took her picture yesterday, the very same that set upon me last night. Blessed opportunity!
Hold, sir, you're mistaken.
By heaven, the very same. Sir, what pretensions have you to this lady?
Oh, hold, you see he's armed with certain death.
Oh, Antonio? With Angelica?
By all that's holy, I adore you so that even my rival, who has charms enough to make him fall victim to my jealousy, shall live, nay, and have leave to love on still.
What's this I hear?
Thus he talked, and I believed. But now, to show my utmost of contempt, I give thee life, which if thou would preserve, live where my eyes may never see thee more. Live to undo someone whose soul may prove so bravely constant, to revenge my love.
Antonio!
Don Pedro.
What coward fear prevented thee from meeting me on the Molo this morning?
Meet thee?
Yes, me. I was the man that dared thee to it.
I sent my sword with one to do thee right.
But 'twas Florinda's quarrel which we fought. And to show me how little you esteem her, sent me your rival, giving him your interest. I challenge you now to tell me, why?
I shall be ready, sirs, ere long, to give you reason.
If I could find Florinda now, whilst my anger's high, I think I should kindly give her to Belleville in revenge.
Faith, sir, I know not if you would do, but I believe the priest inside has already been so kind.
How? My sister married?
I hope by this time they are.
Dares Belleville do thus? Fears he not my power?
Faith, not at all. You may go in and thank him for the favor he has done. Or if not, sir, my power's greater in this house than yours. I have a damned surly crew that will keep you to the next tide. My ship lies but a league off the Malo, your Don ship.
This rogue in some new mischief. Ha! Pedro returned.
Colonel Belleville! I hear you have married my sister.
You have heard truth, sir.
Have I so? Then, sir, I wish you joy.
How now?
By this embrace I find I am glad on it.
Are you in earnest?
By friendship and obligation to thee I find I am. Yet come, lead me to my sister.
Here.
That she may know I now accept her choice.
Ha! My gypsy! Now 1,000 blessings on thee for this kindness. Egad, I was in despair of ever seeing thee again. My friends are all provided for within, each man to his sweet woman.
Oh, I thought they had served me such trick.
And I was resolved to go aboard my ship, condemn myself to my cabin and lonely thoughts of thee.
And could you have left me behind? Would you have been so ill-natured?
Why, 'twould have broke my heart, sprite. But since we are met again, I defy foul weather to part us.
And would you be a faithful friend now if a maid should trust you?
For a friend, I cannot promise. Thou art of a form so excellent, a face and humor too good for cold, dull friendship. I'm parlously afraid of being in love, and have not forgot how severely you have treated me.
Oh, that's all one. Such usage you must still look for, to find out all your haunts, to rail at you to all that love you till I have made you love only me in your own defense, because nobody else will love.
But hast thou no better quality to recommend thyself by?
Faith none, Captain. Why, 'twill be the greater charity to take me for thy mistress. I'm a kind of orphan lover, and why I should die a maid and in a captain's hands too, I do not understand.
Egad, I was never clawed away with broadsides from any female before. Thou hast one virtue I adore, good nature. I hate a coy demure mistress, she's as troublesome as a colt. No, give me a mad mistress when mewed, and, in flying, one I dare trust upon the wing.
Nay, as kind as you will, good captain, whilst it last, but let's lose no time.
My time's as precious to me as thine. Therefore, dear creature, since we are so well agreed, let's retire to my chamber, where'er you shall be treated to such savory love. Come, my bed's prepared for such a guest, all clean and sweet as thy fair self. I hate long graces. Come, let's retire and fall to.
'Tis but getting my consent, and the business is soon done. Let but old Gaffer Hyman and his priests say amen to it, and I dare lay my mother's daughter by as proper a fellow as your father's son, without fear or blushing.
Hold, no bugwords, priest and Hyman. Prithee add hangman to them and make him the consort. No, we'll have no vows but love, sweet, nor witness but the lover. Marriage is as certain a bane to love as lending money is to friendship. I'll neither ask nor give a vow, though I could be content to turn gypsy and become a left-hand bridegroom to have the pleasure of working that great miracle of making a maid a mother, if you darest venture.
And what shall I get? A cradle full of noise and mischief with a pack of repentance at my back? Oh, can you teach me to weave to pass my time with? 'Tis upsy gypsy, that too.
I can teach thee to weave a true love's knot better.
Ooh, so can my dog.
Well, I see we are both on our guard. And I see there's no way to conquer good nature but by yielding. Here, give me thy hand. One kiss and I am thine.
Oh, one kiss! How like my page he speaks. I am resolved you shall have none for asking such a sneaking sum. He that will be satisfied with one kiss will never die of that longing. Good friend, single kiss. Is all your talking come to this? A kiss? A coddle? Oh, farewell, Captain, single kiss.
Nay, if we part so, let me die upon a bird, on a bough, at the sheriff's charge. By heaven, I adore thy humor and will marry thee. We are so of one humor, it must be a bargain. Give me thy hand. And now let the blind ones, love and fortune, do their worst.
Why, God a mercy, Captain.
But hark ye, the bargain is now made. But is it not fit we should know each other's names? Then when I have reason to curse one another hereafter, and people ask me who 'tis I give to the devil, I may at least be able to tell them what family you came of.
Good reason, Captain. And where I have cause, as I doubt not, but I shall have plentiful, that I may know at whom to throw my blessings, I beseech you your name.
I'm called Robert the Constable.
Oh, a very fine name. Pray, was it your butler or shepherd that christened you? Do they not use to whistle when they call you?
I hope you have a better, that a man may name without crossing himself. You are so merry with mine.
I am called Helena the Inconstant.
Ha! Helena?
Helena!
Oh, the very same. My brother. Now, Captain, show your love and courage. Stand to your arms and defend me bravely, or I am lost forever.
What's this I hear? False girl! How came you hither, and what's your business here? Speak.
Hold off, sir. You have leave to parley only.
I had as good tell it as you guessed it. Faith, brother, my business is the same with all living creatures of my age, to love and be loved, and here's the man.
Perfidious maid! Hast thou deceived me too? Deceived thyself and heaven?
Oh, 'tis time enough to make my peace with that. Be you but kind here now, let me alone with heaven.
Belleville, I did not expect this foul play from you. Was it not enough you gained Florinda, which I pardoned? But must your lewd friends too be enriched with the spoils of a noble family?
Faith, sir, I am as much surprised at this as you. Yet, sir, friends are gentlemen, and ought to be esteemed for their misfortunes, since they have the glory to suffer with the best of men and kings. 'Tis true, he's a rover of fortune, yet a prince aboard his little wooden world.
What's this to the maintenance of a woman or her birth and quality?
Faith, sir, I can boast of nothing but a sword which does me right where I go across the seas, and has defended a worse cause than a woman's. And since I loved her before I knew either her birth or name, I must pursue my resolution and marry her.
Helena, and is all your holy intent of becoming a nun debauched into a desire of man?
Why, I have considered the matter, brother, and find the 300,000 crowns my uncle left me, and you cannot keep from me, shall be better laid out in love than in religion. And I'll turn to as good an account. Let most voices carry it, for heaven or the captain.
Captain!
The captain!
Oh, look ye, sir, 'tis a clear case.
Oh, I am mad. If I refuse, my life is in danger. Yet come. There's one motive might induce me. Take her, and I shall be free from fear of her honor. Guard it now if you can. I have been chained to it long enough.
Faith, sir, I am of a nation that believes a woman's honor is not worth guarding when she has mind to part with it.
Well said, Captain.
Valeria, this was your plot, rash one. But I hope you have married one that'll revenge my quarrel to you.
There's no altering destiny, sir. Rejoice!
Sooner than a woman's will. Therefore, I forgive you all, and I wish you may get my father's pardon as fast.
'Tis very well, sir.
Well, sir, to shirtlickens I tell you 'tis damnable ill. A Spanish habit, good lord, could the devil and my tailor devise no other punishment for me than the mode of a nation I abhor?
What's the matter, Ned?
Pray, view me round and judge.
I must confess, thou art a kind of odd figure.
Spanish clothes. I had rather be in the Inquisition for Judaism than this doublet and breeches. A pillory were an easy collar to this, 3 handfuls high, and these shoes are worse than the stocks, with the sole an inch shorter than my foot. In fine, friends, Methinks I look altogether like a bag of fools fresh.
Oh, methinks 'tis well, and makes thee look on cavalier.
Come, sir, settle your face and salute our friends.
Ha! Sayest thou so, my little rover? Lady, if you be one, give me leave to kiss your hand and tell you at shirtlickens, for I'll be your humble servant, a pox of my Spanish habit.
Hark! What's this?
Sir, as the custom is, the people's masquerade, making everyone's house their own.
Ladies and gentlemen, since you are come so apropos, you must feast with us.
Whilst we'll to the good man within, who stays to give us cast of his office. Have you no trembling at the near approach?
No more than you have in an engagement or a tempest.
Egad, thou art a brave girl, and I admire thy courage and love. Lead on. No other dangers can we dread, who venture in the storms of the marriage bed.
The banished cavaliers, a roving blade, a pauper's carnival, a masquerade. The devil's in it if this will please the nation in our blessed times of reformation, when conventicling was so much in fashion, while I left England's shades for foreign lands, employed in public toils for state affairs, unusual for my sex or to my years, scraping pauper's prison to write a libertine. Know yet your judgments factions as your passions a disease, nor muse, nor miss, nor appetite can appease. Wits grown as tame as queasy consequences, where each gay fop, each politic brave fool on artist's wit impose without control. As for the ruling class, who seldom see a play, unless it be the old Black Friars way, shaking their empty noodles o'er bamboo to cry, good faith, these plays will never do. Ah, sir, in my young days, what lofty wit, what high-strained scenes of fighting were it! These but slight and airy toys. Now, tell me, pray, what memories of women's works, lives, and play remain today? Knew you that, since the Royal Restoration reigned and female actors some stage time gained, new plays were full stuffed with wits, breeches, and bawds, were writ, too, by the likes of I, poet, female, pauper, who chose to make my mark by writing for the purse, to live more free and rove, sans the woman's curse. Still, money makes the world go round. Might not art, nor rights?
Everybody should come back on the screen. We want to thank you so much for having joined us for the Rover. I'm calling out all of these fabulous actors, and we also have our backstage folks, assistant directors and production folks. Huzzah, huzzah! And I'm also calling out to Chase Hawthorne, who is one of the company who was not able to read today, and Chris, who therefore was doing double duty. Thank you to everybody who watched. It's been such a great joy to have some fun with you and discover how to do a restoration comedy on screen. To all of you, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Cheers. Thank you. Bravo.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.